Now, how long did we go? Almost 4 hours.
You were pretty much
Uh,
done at you were pretty much done at three. You were pretty much done at three. I mean, and then there was just more sort of talking and stuff afterwards.
oh,
But you guys
sorry,
pretty much
after.
wrapped it in about three.
Okay. Yeah. Uh, it was definitely interesting. I am currently running that hyena one on play by post right now,
Mm.
and uh, they just asked about the sledge, and I was like, "Yeah, that's possible." So that was fun. Uh,
Yeah, it was good.
yeah, yeah. Um, so I'm a little concerned because we only got through two. When we start getting to the ones that don't have the small missions,
Yep.
uh, are you just going to kind of adjust it so we can kind of try to finish uh, within that time, or do we just need to try and work to keep the in between chats a little shorter?
I don't know. I'll probably base it. I think the next one is the same thing where it's broken up a little bit, so we could probably have some flexibility.
Yeah.
But after that, yeah, it might be difficult. I don't know. I'm not really sure. I mean, part of it is I think we may want to talk as a group as to whether we want to schedule these as 4 hour sessions because I think at a
Yeah.
minimum they're generally we're always going to be rushed if we're doing it in 3 hour sessions. And I don't care
Yeah.
too
Yeah.
much. I mean, if that's basically like pay, that's all. The Friday one especially is tough, right? But
Yeah.
if that's what people want to do, I'm fine with it. Um, if they want to do 3 hours, and then I'll just adjust them to be shorter. Because again, it's not, I would feel less comfortable with that. I think if they were going to be using these characters and going to a convention or something. But
Yeah. Yeah.
since
Yeah.
it's really just going to be for this, it doesn't matter. It just kind of
Yeah.
sucks because you don't get to see as much, necessarily.
Yeah. Yeah. You might have to like cut out an encounter or something to
But
speed
like,
things up.
I thought Friday's session went there. I didn't think there was a lot of delay. My problem with the where I can see a lot of delays when there's a ton of talk about tactics rather than just going and
Oh
doing it.
yeah.
Like, and not a, you can, talk in certain things, especially for the big battle, a couple things, but then just do it. Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
and this group, I think, has at times been one where it'll be like, 20 minutes go by, and that's not really, it doesn't matter. But but I thought the session on Friday went really well, and I wouldn't want to rush it too much more because I feel like
Yeah.
that's what we'd probably cut out is the kind of the role play aspect, or the
I
investigation.
I I think if I had stayed back and just peppered with arrows, which is the tactically superior decision, um, I think it would have gone a lot longer.
Yeah,
I kind of felt like one, it's an interesting character choice to have him try and swoop in, um, and allow the others to play support. Um, it, it it was fun, but I think it also sped things up a little bit.
agreed, agreed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but that was a blast, man. and that last decision to attack instead of eating the clam,
right.
uh, leaving me with one hit point for the rest of the battle was kind of fun.
Hey, Christina,
Hello.
he's still connecting.
Mm. So should I stay off roll 20?
You
Do
can
do
be
you
on.
think
You
it
can.
bogs
You
down?
can be on roll 20. I'm just gonna say that you've got to mute yourself once we get started. Basically, I don't want anybody who's not the three to be talking at all, except it's me and the three
Okay.
people. You can listen in, and
Yeah.
you're more than welcome to go along and roll 20 and watch what's going on. Um, and
Yeah, I
if
didn't know
you,
if it bogged down roll 20 at all
I don't
or
think so. We've had
what.
like 7 or 8 people, and it doesn't. I don't think that bogs it down. I mean, roll 20 just bogs down sometimes on its own with the API, but
Yeah.
if that's and it's been going much better. They've solved those problems. So no, I don't think the only time Roll20 ever was a problem is when we were trying to do audio and video through Roll20. Even just audio through Roll20
Um,
was just horrible.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's just like just leave it for the tabletop. It's easy. Yeah, it doesn't bog down at all, especially because you're not also doing anything, right? You're not moving anything or anything like that. So,
No, no,
um,
yeah, yeah.
so yeah, so feel free to, yeah, I see you did log in. You having trouble, Ben?
So I just went in.
Okay, I'm gonna go help Christina.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, yeah. It's like it doesn't recognize. So you go to Zoom, and there, and trig down here, there should be a control down here at the bottom. Go down right next to where it says mute, and then select headphones for your speaker, and then do it again and select headphones for your microphone. There you go, Synaptics Audio. Oh, and this. Oh yeah, no, that's right. These are the ones that hold.
Yeah, it's working.
Oh,
Thank
yeah,
you.
that's how you can. Because sometimes it'll just get done.
Okay. Hey, Noel.
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. It's been a lazy day today, so
Good.
at least I got my clothes washed, so I'm ready for the week.
How was Friday?
Oh, it was fun.
Friday?
So
What?
I've
Let's talk about Friday.
Scott says I can't talk about
Well,
it.
I can at least talk about how I developed my character a little bit because of the whole audio mishap. You probably won't be able to catch it in the YouTube video, but I think Hawkins is gonna be the kind of guy who always tries to do cool stuff and most of the time fails because I botched 2 acrobatics checks, like natural one. That the first one was just a sort of reflexive kind of thing, but the second one was kind of self-inflicted because I tried to do something cool and just botched it, and I was imagining like Mad Mardigan when he tries to ride on the shield down the slopes and then
Nice.
ends up being that giant snowball at the end. It was something like that. It felt like that.
Didn't work out though.
No, I guess it did. I mean, it's just like it really cemented in my mind him being kind of like the daredevil who tries to look cool, but it never really pans out.
Nice.
And so I briefly considered taking skilled down the road and eventually picking up acrobatics, but I think I might not. And just still keep trying. It's gonna be fun. But yeah, I had fun with Hawkins. I'm now kind of debating like whether I'm gonna go Battle Master or Eldritch Knight. I'm still leaning towards Eldritch Knight, but Battle Master still has those cool tricks too. So.
Nice.
But we'll see. I enjoyed playing the character.
What is he again?
He's a fighter, a half-orc fighter.
Half-orc fighter. Yeah. Hey, Nina.
Hello. Hi. I'm not used to being on Zoom for this.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, Kevin.
Sean said he'd be a few minutes late. And as soon as we get talking about things, I'm going to tell Kevin and Noel that they got to mute themselves, or they'll get kicked off the Zoom. They can't behave.
Kevin's a horrible bluffer, so I can just kind of look over and see what his face is doing.
That's a whole new dimension of metagaming.
Right. So I don't know if Christina and Nina, you guys saw. I mentioned it earlier, but I just did it about half an hour ago. But kind of there. I sent an email that is kind of the intro of what's going on, which is you find yourself in a caravan heading north through the mountains known as the spine of the world. The caravan is mostly made up of average folk and traders, but you've noticed perhaps a handful of other adventurer types. You find yourself walking next to two other adventurers. What do you say to each other? Do you give a reason as to why you're making the trek? And if you didn't see, Sean responded with needed work, hoping for a job, maybe some lore bards, or maybe meet me some lore bards. And then he said, it's kind of warm down here in the low mountains. Heh. He's not a very conversationalist. Um, so I don't know. What are you? What do you guys kind of? The other two you guys are next to is the Goliath that is Varnoth, and then Gabby and Anishka.
Anishka's like, hey, I am a lore bard. Nice to meet you. What do you play? I'm looking for somebody. Brr, it's cold. What do you mean it's warm?
Right. Um, Gabby, what are you? You're,
Gabby probably randomly joined this caravan in the middle of nowhere, um, and doesn't really make sense why she was by herself. But she says that she's what would you call it when you're on like a
quest or journey, kind of, or
not quite religious sort of thing, but like you're like on kind of like missionary sort of thing. Like she's out to do good in
Not
the
a
name of
pilgrimage.
like her own sort of like she's out to just do good in the world, and so she's just going wherever it takes her. But she's very excited to meet the both of you. You're purple or blue, right?
Black and purple. Yeah.
Black and purple. She's very excited at another colorful humanoid. So yeah.
Anishka might not really appreciate the excitement and might not be spending too much time talking to the very bubbly little thing.
Oh, Gabby doesn't leave a lot of time for you to talk anyway.
is she's a chatterer?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Anyways, I guess we will. We need to wait for Sean to join. He said he'd be a few minutes later. I don't know. I'll ping him and see what his status is. And we'll jump right into it on the caravan. We have more people from our Friday night session than we
Feels
do for
weird.
today.
I'll just say hi since you guys are still waiting on Sean, and then I'll go quiet.
Yes.
I heard no one died.
Nobody stayed dead. Nope.
Stayed dead.
No one even got
Nobody
there.
died. Nobody died.
We'll see how close it came.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
That's good. That's good. Hey,
Sean.
hey, Sean.
Sorry, I'm hair late.
Hey, Sean.
Picking up my daughter, getting her some In-N-Out burger, and we're all set now.
Man, could you get me one of those? That sounds good. That's one thing I miss. Ah, there you go. So yeah, so I'll say that for the three that were on Friday, you can now mute yourselves, just to not tempt yourselves. I'm trying to think. I mean, I guess technically, actually, you know what I had thought of would be that, uh, and we could maybe try this on another time. But you guys could also like set up a Discord channel and be chatting, so you guys could be sort of talking about things where we couldn't hear you, especially because you could be in Discord and Zoom. You could be talking on both, and
Nice.
then we would be able to hear you. So just something to think about in the future, that it'd be like you guys could sit there and do play-by-play and chat and commentary.
Like Mystery Science 3000 each other while we're playing.
Exactly. That's what I should do, and then I should put that all into the recording so that way you
Take
see
the
like
car, you'll kill yourself.
the little heads or whatever. And that's the other thing. We are recording, just so that's all. I'm only recording it for our purposes. As you guys, I think, all know, the Friday one came out fine, except for the fact that the audio for the players wasn't working. But now we got that going and fixed, and so this one should record fine. Although everybody's on it, so it doesn't really. I don't think anybody's going to go back and listen. But The other thing is there is a little bit of audio that I put in on Roll 20, so feel free to turn it all the way down and ignore it, or you can turn it up a little bit to put it in the background. If that's the music you hear in the background. If you hear the Middle Ages version of Immigrant Song, then that's what you're hearing. But there's a few um, ambient sound kind of things, but nothing too dramatic. If you want to put it in there, that's fine. If not, it's going through on the video, but it's up to you if you want to listen to it. And then Sean, Anishka, and Abby talked a little bit about themselves. It sounds like Gabby started. Gabby joined up kind of in the middle of nowhere. The caravan was just going through, and there she is on her own in the middle of the snow, and she just joined along on the caravan. It's not really clear as to what she was doing out in the middle of nowhere by herself. Um, but Anishka was glad to hear that Varnoth is interested in meeting a bard and introduced herself as a bard. So, with that, is
Yeah.
there anything else that the three of you want to talk about, or is there any questions anybody has before we get started?
So Varnoth joined this caravan kind of as it left one town. He'd had work there and he ran out of work or got in trouble or both. Uh, and so he's traveling and he heard there might be bards in this caravan and he's hoping to find, learn more about bards. He's really interested in that. And then just find some work so he can pay because he has a big appetite. And he's got this enormous drum on his back. It's like a timpani and he's packing a huge tent inside it, and that's how he's traveling.
Nice.
Nice. All right.
Gabby's just talking y'all's ears off about Bahamut and yeah, not giving you a lot of chance to speak.
Yeah, Anishka's ignoring her as much as she can. And she was asking you what, Sean, what instrument you played?
Well,
Oh.
I have a drum right now. I want to learn strings like a guitar, but I don't know how, and so I'm looking for someone. Maybe I heard bards have colleges, so maybe I try that. But I don't have any money for anything but my drum right now.
All Anishka has is a drum as well, so yeah, do a drum circle. Yep.
I like drum.
But doesn't Anishka have like magic headphones she can listen to music on and also drown out Gabby?
Yes.
If Gabby gets the impression that she's being ignored, which she really doesn't like, she uses message and you just hear her in your head.
Oh no.
Literally Gabby getting in our heads.
That's right. All right. You're traveling north through the the 10 towns area of Icewind Dale. You're part of a caravan, only a handful of which would be able to defend itself if you met bandits. As it turns out, this group will only need to defend itself against Mother Nature. Given the choice, you think you might choose the bandits. A Furbog spoke of bad weather conditions, but you never expected the main road to be impassable. Now you find yourselves making your own trail through these mountains, and you wonder how many will make it all the way in these conditions. Suddenly, the ground begins to vibrate below your feet.
It's not good.
Mm-hmm.
Are we traveling? Is it like wagons or is it like dog sleds? Like what kind of caravan like?
I don't know. I think probably dog sleds makes the most sense. I don't think you would be able to be like on wagons and things like that.
Gabby just clambers up on top of one of the sleds.
Varnas on foot and just kind of looking around.
Anishka is like, what the heck's going on? Is this an earthquake?
It was as snow and rocks crash down the mountainsides on either side of you. You can't help but wonder if this is how everything ends for you. What were you thinking making this trip? You think back to other bad choices you've made in your life. As certain death descends swiftly toward you, movement at the corner of your eye draws your attention. A snowy white muskrat gestures frantically, its clawed paws beckoning you to follow. It slides into a fissure in the ground that was hidden under snow and ice. You think that you might be able to squeeze through and follow it.
Hey,
I
go
assume
that way. You go, small people first. Go.
Wait, did you say it was a muskrat, not a white rabbit? Wait.
It's a muskrat, not a white rabbit, but I like that. We could change it. That's the Friday night. On Friday nights, it's a much more adult show, and so it was a white rabbit, and there's a lot of drug references and things like that in it.
Hurry. Small people first. Go.
Gabby just slides down the hole. I
All
assume
right,
she fits rather nicely if Varnoth can fit down the hole.
she does. I suppose it's Varnath that yeah. When Varnath goes through, he's gonna make the whole. I'm a little surprised he didn't go first because it would make the whole a little easier for everybody. But yeah, everybody
He's afraid he'll fill it and there will be no room for anyone else.
he'll get stuck.
And that would be wrong.
Anishka is not sure about this hole, so maybe Varna's gonna have to push her in because I don't know if she wants to go down the
You guys
hole.
see Gabby go down, and you hear her seemingly travel a distance away. It's not like she just goes into a small little area, and you hear a squeal as she goes down, and seems to be. It doesn't seem like a squeal of pain or worry. It's just that she seems to be
Woo!
enjoying the slide. Yeah.
Uh, Varnoth gives a gentle push to Anishka. One line, keep moving.
Whee! On the ice floe. Then lands on top of Gabby, I'm sure.
Yep. And
And
Barnett,
if everyone else is in, Varnoth dives in behind.
awesome, awesome. The icy slide dumps you unceremoniously into a cold cavern. The muskrat stares you in the eye, then wiggles a bit as if happy to see you survived the close call.
I like that guy.
A voice from deeper in the cavern echoes toward you. It's common, marked by a slobbery rasp. Muskie found you in time. Good fortune. The voice comes from a 10-foot long walrus resting in the shadows. A walrus calf rests at her side. It starts to wiggle its way toward you, but she pulls it back with one of her long tusks.
And I am the walrus.
It's this is we're just taking you all the way through 60s pop. Yep. Um, Other creatures then move out of the shadows to examine you. This menagerie includes a variety of animals, everything from snow foxes to wolf pups to avian creatures to reptiles. A few seem to converse with each other as they eye you warily. Excuse my children, says the walrus. They're suspicious by nature. Their lives often depend on it. My children call me Mother Tusk, and you may as well. I saved your lives for a reason. You are
Gabby
heading.
is
Go ahead.
delighted. Gabby
Yeah.
is delighted at all these adorable little creatures that she's just stumbled down into the middle of.
Anishka's like, Mother Tusker, what's going on?
You are heading.
Varnoth takes a knee and bows and says, "Thank you for saving us."
You are headed to the area you two-leggers call Icewind Dale, are you not? I will provide you safe passage, but will ask that you consider a request I have of you once I've taken you through the spine of the world, which is the mountain range you guys are crossing.
You need a favor? Gabby's very excited that someone has just said that they essentially need a favor. This is exactly what she's looking for.
Varnoth, good worker, need money for food.
Anishka, talking animals. This is really cool.
Mother Tusk and her family lead the characters through the tunnels until they reach the open air. Then she leads them to a cave where the Red Run River meets the Red Waters Lake. This is her current base of operations. Along the way, do you guys have any questions you want to, or what's the conversation with Mother Tusk? I'm sure Gabby has a few words, but I don't know if everyone does. Or any questions for her?
Yeah, like, why are you guys underground?
We were underground just to as a we were able to get to you by going underground. But we have these caves and things that those are safe. Those are safe for me and my family against predators. There's many predators, both two-legged and others, and this is we band together to stay safe in these. We have a variety of caves and safe locations throughout this area.
How come you talking? We have snow creatures where I come from. They don't talk.
Um, well, that's an interesting story. It's very interesting. One of your kind was a druid from the north, and you realize that when she says one of your kind, she's referring to the fact she kind of looks up at you, that's referring to your size, and that it was likely another Goliath. But she says one of your kind um, uh, awakened me and all these different members of my family. Um, and when he died, I took over the stewardship of all these animals, and that's really what's happened. But with um, so many things that have happened up here and the curse that has befallen the lands up here, um, we have had to band together to be safe. As you've noticed, I'm sure, or perhaps I'm not sure if you got far enough across the spine to know, but now that you're on your way and you're down further towards Ten Towns, you realize that even though it's midday, the sun is not up in the air. And in fact, you're so far north that the sun seems to always be behind the mountains that surround this area. And so it's like it's even during the daytime, it's like dusk. And
Is it
separately,
dark down here?
yeah, it's like dusk all the during the daytime. It's
But
dusk.
we're like
Oh,
in caverns.
yeah, I should have said that. Yeah, I apologize. Yeah, it was you were in a cavern, but then she took you out. But initially, yeah, it
Oh,
was
okay.
dark. I should have said something because I don't know if you guys have any sort of who can see it. Can any of you see in the dark?
Anish, tiefling, yeah.
If you can see. So you guys are going to go back into a cave, which is their particular area. So in the cave there is a fire going, and so made by the. Actually, I don't know. Yeah, I think awakening. I think these guys probably can make a fire. So there's a fire going in the cave, which is their headquarters or their safe spot. But you guys will have to remind me that when you're going underground, what your sources of light are going to be.
So, Scott, out of character,
Yeah.
I read a couple of different sources, and they were actually mixed on whether Goliaths have night vision.
Yeah, I think the word is they don't.
That was the majority opinion,
Yeah, yep. I think the word
but
is
there
that they
were a
don't.
couple other sources that said maybe, yeah. I think it makes sense, given where they live and stuff like that. They're outdoor people, so probably not night vision.
Okay, got it. Yeah, and I think you're not. I mean, I think actually the only Anishka is the only of the six characters. Again, out of character, is the only of the six characters that are actually that can see it in dark vision, has dark vision.
We could be the army of the blind.
Exactly. So,
Blind leading
um,
the blind. Anishka wants to ask about this curse. You said something about the mother test said something about a curse in the area.
well, that's what I've heard. All I know is that survival here has been made more difficult by the fact that um, for for a time now, it has been dark. It's like an extended long winter, and But as far as the source of the curse, I do not know that. Some say it's one of the one of the gods of the north, but I don't know what it. She suspects it came from two-legged creatures because all all it seems like all the ills do come from there, but but it's beyond the knowledge of even her awakened mind and her creature's awakened mind to have a sense as to what caused it.
My clan, Anakala Kume, they have shamans. They do big sky magic sometimes, but I do not know it.
Yeah, that's what it is. But for it to long, it must be very powerful two-legged creatures that caused it, or that's why I think themselves. And it's a question as to um, I know we're a bit more equipped. The animals are a bit more equipped to be able to handle it. A lot of the people in the two-legged ones are leaving Ten Towns and heading south to better, fairer climates.
I can help them carry things. They give me money. What favor you need? You need curse broken? I don't know curse.
I don't.
Move things.
If you could break the curse, that would be fine. But my needs are quite a bit less than that, more simple than that. Um, I have a few issues that are affecting my family, and would be interested in any help you could offer. Let me tell you the different things that are going on, and you guys are able to sit and eat and relax,
Oh,
and
food.
probably
I like these guys.
have the evening and probably sleep for the night, as she can talk about the different things that are affecting her family. So she tells you a story of it's not a long story, but she tells you the story of a member of her family named Spritzel, who's a young otter, who went out for a scouting mission at one of the two-legged towns to observe it, but has not returned. Another is to speak to. There's some. You may have heard of the Reged Glacier, which is a glacier near in this area, and there are tribes that live there, sort of I'll call them rustic tribes, and but sometimes they will have nomads. They'll travel to, in particular, to come down to the lower areas, still up here in the north, to do hunting and things like that, and perhaps some trading. In any case, a tribe of or a group of nomads have recently moved into this area, and she's very concerned that they're going to hunt awakened creatures, and she understands that they will that they're it's natural for them to hunt, but she would hope that she could like to convince them not to hunt her children. Additionally, there's a hot spring that her family would use from time to time, and it has frozen over, and there's not clear why it's frozen over, and she'd like that investigated. And then also, there's the last one is that there's a cave nearby that they have used in the past as one of their safe spots. And in fact, were considering going up there and moving their base of operations there in just a normal rotation, except that when some of her folks went up there to check it out, the cave is emitting terrifying noises, and they're all too afraid. Her family is too afraid to go into it now. So you sleep, you rest. You can ask more questions about any of those specifically, um, but she would ask that you would consider um, taking on any of those. I won't call them quests, but doing any of those requests that you would be able to, that you would feel comfortable with doing.
While she was telling us all of these different things, Gabby was sharing her rations with the different little awakened animals. All of which, by the way, are like vegetarian rations. She doesn't eat meat. And so first she is horrified to hear about these people who are going to possibly come hunt her lovely new friends. And she's very concerned about Spritzel.
Yeah, Nishka is a big meat eater. She loves meat, so she's not too
Awesome.
concerned about the hunters. But the otter trail, like what's going on with the otter? Maybe someone made a fur out of him. But she likes the idea of the hot springs that have frozen over. If there's some way we can go check that out. Maybe they're actually warm and they're lying. It's really cold.
Varna thinks he knows running water doesn't freeze, so he thinks maybe lake or spring is plugged and he's good at moving things, so he could try that. And if you need like some people behaving badly, he could like tell them to stop. If you need help on the little furry creatures.
Gabby audibly gasps when Anishka says something about Spritzel possibly being turned into a coat. Like, that sounds horrible.
Or a hat.
Or a hat.
Keeps you
And
warm.
covers the little muskrat's ears.
What about this cave that's making noise too? I can check that out.
I could
We're not
move
too
whatever
scared
it
of
is
that.
outside.
On the cave that's making noise, yeah, just what I told you, just that it's. She says, I would, if you were to do that, I would have Ollie here, and Ollie is a snowy owl. He would lead you to where it is, and the looking for Spritzel would be just you'd have to kind of go and see, just there'd be looking at all this sort of thing.
Did Spritzel go to the hot spring, or is that a separate?
Separate. So Spritzel
Okay.
went to, yeah, Spritzel went to, he was supposed to go and spy on one of the two-legged towns, and he was supposed to then report back. He went with a few other otters, but he was the leader. You can tell him because he has a little brown patch of fur and wears an earring. Um, but yeah, so he didn't return on time, and so that it's not really clear what's going on with him. And the hold on for a second. I'm start trying to find the with the uh, she would just point you to the direction where you'd go and head towards finding the tribe. They wouldn't be difficult to find. You just have to head up that way and go and sort of parlay with them. And the hot spring, um, nope, I think you just would go and check it out.
So, point of order: are we looking at doing just one of these things, or is it likely we do more than one?
Uh, um, for our purposes, it's whatever we can get in the time we have. But chances are, I mean, originally this is probably meant to be a 4-hour session, and you would be doing all four. They estimate each of these would take 50 minutes, but maybe not. But yeah. So I'll tell you, the group on Friday did two. So what we'll do is we'll do one. We'll see where we are, and we'll yeah, we'll do it. So there you don't have to complete all four. It's basically just we'll do it as much. I want them to sort of be, or I want it to be somewhat organic to where they take the amount of time they take. But I would think you do at least two, if not three. But four is almost certainly not going to happen.
So Varnoth turns to his two new friends and says, I will help. I could do those. Uh, I think the cave is a good goal. That is my thought.
What's closest?
Closest. Now you're making me look it all up on the map. I don't have it on a single map. Let me look real quick. I think the furthest one is the other thing is that you would the expectation is you do just one and then come back. So you
Oh,
go
okay.
do a test. So you don't have to do them sort of in order. And all of them, they are different distances, but none of them are going to be an overnight travel. One of them is like a full day travel, but I think that's the case. But all of them should be able to go um, and then go to come back before you go to the.
Gabby has scooped up Muskie in her arms, like poorly holding a cat, like a child would, and is like looking at Varnoth because Anishka has already talked about eating meat and poor Spritzel being a hat, and she has like tears in her eyes about needing to save Spritzel and help her new friends. She doesn't want
Okay.
anyone to eat them.
Anusha, maybe look, Gabby, sad. Maybe we save Spritzel first.
Yeah, that's crying too. Okay. I like the name Spritzel too.
I do not want a hat.
Okay, where would you like to? So she says, Mother Tess says to you, so you've decided to help us. Thank you so much. Um, and she says, before you depart for the first, whichever option you're going for, she says, perhaps I can say a prayer of blessing for you. And everybody pauses and sort of bows their head, and she says a few words to a goddess named Auril, Auril, to inspire these adventurers in their efforts to help my family. And from that, each of you receive inspiration. So you can
Woohoo!
go ahead and you got your
Ooh,
inspiration.
I feel good.
Then she also motions for three members of her family to come forward. They each hand you a clam. Um, and she tells you that when you are in need and need to heal your body, open the clam and eat the oyster inside. And um, you each receive one of those. And I think.
So Anichka looks over at Gabby. I'll hold that clam for you since you're vegetarian.
Yeah, Gabby's a little about this clam. She hands it over to Anishka, but she doesn't want to be rude, so she does it so that they don't see that she's kind of handed it over.
Got it.
Thank you.
Got it. Why is something not working so well on my thing? Um, all right. I will. Doesn't seem to. Once we're on a screen where your tokens are, I will give. Do you want me to give two oysters of healing to Anishka and one to, then one to Varnath? Sorry, I keep calling you
Yeah.
Varnath, but Varnoth. Okay,
Arnoff.
cool. All righty. Uh, okay. Where do you guys think you want to go?
Gonna track
Oh,
Spritzel.
I,
Find the otter.
and I apologize. You're supposed to be at the home base.
I don't track good. Maybe you guys find. I go in the back.
Not so good at tracking myself either.
Um, sorry guys, I'm gonna have to refresh real quick. I don't think it's gonna affect anything, but just I suddenly my roll 20 isn't behaving very well. Yours is fine, right, Christina?
Yeah. I mean, I see a walrus and a muskrat.
Yep. And our Zoom, yeah, I don't know. So apologize while this is refreshing, which it's not refreshing very quickly, so a little concerned. Okay, now the thing's coming up. Which one did you guys decide you want to do?
Otter.
Spritzel.
Yeah, we're gonna find Spitzel first.
Oh, Spritzel, Otter. I just said water. Otter. Well, that's the one you ought to choose. Sorry, I made that joke Friday night too.
And I bet it landed just as well.
Yeah, stuck the landing completely. All righty. Oh, so I didn't get to. Yeah, so there's home base. I apologize. That didn't really come over. um, now let's. Okay.
Ooh, beautiful ice.
Beautiful eyes. Okay. Other text explains what she needs you to do. I sent. She told you all that stuff. You know what he looks like, so you know what you're looking for. He's a white furred otter with a brown patch above his right eye, and he wears a pearl earring. And he's up towards East Haven.
And he talks, so that kind of narrows it down.
Probably narrows it down. Yep. Um, she said that East Haven is about 10 miles away, but she's hopeful that he is much closer than that. She says, look for tracks as you travel northeast along the shore of Redwaters. Travel is incredibly difficult in the deep snow. A bitter wind cuts through your clothing, and ice crystals riding the strong breeze sting your eyes. As you've traveled about 2 miles from Mother Tusk's shelter, you notice something on the ground. Although the wind pushes snow around, easily spotted animal tracks mar the fresh dusting. Could I get from each of you a survival or nature check, whichever you prefer.
Gabby rolled a 17 for nature check.
All right.
Varnoth rolled 4.
And my roll 20 just crashed.
Ah.
She has 0.
Well, Gabby's is enough in any case, and there will be another roll we'll need in just a second. So let me know once you're back on, Nina. But that there there's two sets of tracks. There's a deeper set of tracks that were made by wolves, and smaller tracks on top of the snow that were made by otters. So it looks like um, there's something going. Like basically, there's presumably you guys maybe that there's wolves chasing otters here.
I see snow.
Exactly. It's all white. Um, Anybody? You can all give me a. For the second one, please give me a survival check, and for this one, Varnoth has advantage due to his lifetime of experience in the Great White North.
I
19.
managed 13.
And Christina, what'd you get?
19.
Whoa! All right. And Nina got it. Okay, excellent. So all of you, that was a group check too. The second one was a group check, so that's good. Everybody was successful. Um, you're able, which is basically as a group, you're able to follow the tracks and not get lost, um, which is and to follow the otter tracks. Um, Ahead of you, through the blowing snow, a pack of wolves chase a romp of a dozen otters, which weaves through and around snow mounds and ice formations. As the wolves close in, the sneaky otters zip through holes in the snow-packed earth. The wolves hesitate, but then the lead wolf barks a command, and the wolves leap into the holes as well, baying as you go. Um, Abby, due to your animal knowledge of animal handling, you noticed that there appeared to be one wolf that was a lead wolf, and that he was acting a bit strangely, as if he was more intelligent than a normal wolf. But they're gone, and you hear sounds as they went sort of underground or down somewhere through these holes in the snow up ahead. What do you guys want to do?
Each goes, why aren't the otters jumping in the river or the lake and swimming away from the wolves?
Well, you're not near a
That's
lake at
very
this
smart.
point,
Oh, we're not?
unfortunately. No, you're not near a lake. But yeah,
So Varnoth is charging forward and going to try and find the big wolf and
okay.
tell him to stop.
All right. You see a number of holes from where you were. It wasn't clear exactly which hole, which things went into, but you can make a good guess and jump in a hole uh, and see what basically follow them down into the underground.
Okay, Varnoth, try.
Okay, you're
Jumping
able
in
to.
ice holes.
Varneth is gone. What is Gabby and sorry, I was going to call you
Gabby
Anushka.
leaps in right after Varnoth.
Okay. I picture
Anishka's
Anushka.
not going to be left alone. She's
Anushka
jumping in after
pausing
them.
to go. Okay. All right. So you plummet down the serpentine slide. It twists and turns and intersects other slides, all the while descending rapidly. Finally, it spits you out into a large ice cavern covered in a foot of frigid water. I will need an acrobatics check from everyone to see how you handle the slide.
Nat 20.
Nice.
14.
She's rolling good.
Yeah, rolling really well. Oh, I didn't drop your characters. You guys probably can't. I don't know if you guys can see right now
You
or
can see
not.
the map.
You can. Is anything blocked? Is there any
Weird, I can't see Christina's rolls. I can see Sean's rolls.
Oh, I rolled dice. That's why.
Ah, okay.
She's old school.
Well, yeah, that thing.
um
So I see the whole map. No characters.
Oh, you do. Okay. That's why I didn't enable dynamic lighting. There we go. Now it's just still normal.
Now it's black.
Now it's all black. So you land at the bottom, and you're in darkness. For those of you who can't see, I'll drop Anishka. She's probably gonna be able to see. Can you see Nina a little bit?
No, it's just black.
Okay, let me make sure your character is set up to have some vision. And then I'll drop. Do once you get down there, or you fall down there. What do Gabby and Varnoth do for light?
Varnoth lights a torch,
Got it. Okay, I'll give you a torch, which
which
will
he
help it
carries
with.
in his left hand with his hammer in the right. He's not using his shield today.
Got it. Okay, Anishka, you should be able to see now, although it'll be a little bit dark.
Yeah, I can see.
Gabby is gonna be. I'll drop Gabby down here, and she can't see, except you can probably just see yourself.
I can see myself.
Yeah, that's.
Gabby, on the way down, kind of bumping
I think
around, coming
because
down the
it
hole.
would be getting dark as you go down, right? You're as you're sliding. But go ahead. Mhm.
Yeah. So first, on her way down, um, she says some words in Draconic, which, by the way, when she's talking like in common, she just kind of sounds like a cute little kid, and when she speaks Draconic, it's very deep and kind of creepy.
Like so,
Um,
like the devil itself, kind of like
yeah.
she's possessed. Got it.
And so she says some words in Draconic, um, and casts Mage Armor on herself. And then when she
Okay.
lands in a kind of this dark pit, she says some more words and she casts the Dancing Lights cantrip. Um, so there's like these four glowing lights. They kind of look like Christmas lights, like blue and red and green and look like dancing
Nice.
Christmas lights.
And are they in a certain spot or
Um,
like
no,
what
I
I mean
can
is how
just
does the spell work? They stay with her or they she casts them somewhere?
I create up to 4 torch-sized lights within range, making them appear as torches, lanterns, or glowing orbs that hover in the air for up to a minute. Um, I can also combine them all into one glowing, vaguely humanoid form, of medium size, and they shed light, dim light in a 10-foot radius. So she just kind of throws out one, and then like as she can see, she starts throwing out the others kind of at farther distances, and she can move them as a bonus action on her turn. But
Okay. So they
if you
so
just
they
if you
go
if you
ahead.
give me 4 lights with 10-foot radius, I'll just pop them out there.
I will do that in the future. For
Okay.
right now, I'm just going to throw four torches out here, and they're gonna. The we'll just assume that the room is going to be
Yeah.
bright. In the future, I'll get um, some like actually ones that you can drop out there and you can kind of control. But for now, we'll just assume you
It
sort of
is.
put it in.
They do
Hmm?
cast dim light, just so you know.
Okay, all the same. I mean, you got a torch going, at least one torch from Barnett, so. Uh,
Okay.
But it's fine. There's not going to be a lot of perception checks, so I think we'll be okay.
Okay.
But yes, thanks. We'll make that so it's a little bit more. And there's not going to be a ton of dynamic lighting, probably throughout, but for certain places I will, especially since everybody can't see at night, or you can't see in the dark, so it'll make it more interesting, I think. But for now, this will work for this particular one. Okay. So first of all, everybody do an acrobatics check. I know Sean and Christina. Oh, and Nina did too. So Nina got a 22. Sean got a 14. Um, so and you got a nat 20, right?
Yeah, so 21
Um,
total.
so
They stuck the landing.
Varnoth, when he gets to the bottom, he navigates the slide successfully and lands on his feet at the bottom of the slide. The other two of you, you land in perfect fighting position, and you have advantage on this initiative roll, which I'm now asking you to roll. So roll initiative, please. And
21.
Varnoth is
Hey!
ready.
what? Oh, you voted.
Varnoth is ready. 21.
Barnoth can go first.
Sorry, I'm not sure
Unless
how to roll initiative without the.
Oh,
Click on the
sorry.
word initiative, center top of your sheet.
The top of your sheet.
Oh, okay.
Why did everybody else just not
I'm
go
used to
in
all
there?
of Scott's nice
You're supposed
macros
to-
and APIs.
Yeah, I know. We'll have to work on that. Um, I'm doing initiative. I just rolled Varna, but you got a 21, right? It just didn't show up into the thing for whatever reason. So it's there
I
now.
probably did it wrong.
That's all good. I think you have to be selecting your character while on your character sheet
Oh,
doing it. I think that's what we found on Friday. And then
got it.
Gabby, I will do initiative as well. And what did you
Ishka
get?
has
Oh, wow.
advantage, you said, right? So she can roll it again.
Oh, there you go. Like,
Oh, okay.
a voice from the heavens. So don't forget you
Our conscious, like,
It's
but
the
not.
draconic voice.
awesome. So Anishka, you rolled an 18. Okay, excellent. So and Christina, do you want to? Oh, you got a nat 20, so I guess you can't do any
I
better
got
than that.
21.
Yeah,
Well,
so
it's
yeah,
21 because it's, yeah.
no. My point being that there's no reason.
Oh,
You had advantage too, but there's no reason to reroll.
got it.
Is what I was saying. Okay.
I think the nat 20 should go first.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of
Okie
thinking as
dokie.
well. But first, let me sort this. There we go. And oh, it came up with Gabby up first anyway. So we are in round one. Gabby, you see, and I'm not sure why it's saying that it's this wolf's turn because it's not the wolf's turn. You see, it is. Let me and there we go. Okay, Gabby. Gabby is up and Vornoth is on deck. I think things are looking good. So you see three wolves, and they are all chasing otters, which I've represented as a single otter on the little rocks. But let me see, before we go any further, I want to tell you what you see down there. The ice slides into a chamber flooded with a foot of frigid water. The otters swim adeptly at the far side of the cavern, avoiding the wolves' snapping jaws. The icy bite of the water seeps into your wet clothes. At the back of the cavern, and you can just dimly see this with your vision and with the torchlight. Uh, Nishka can probably see it a little better. You see a low ice-covered shelf that is above the water line. Um, and upon seeing you arrive, one of the wolves, which you recognize, Gabby, as the one you saw before as the leader, turns and growls at the three of you in a deep, snarling, common voice. This is our hunt. Find your own food. She then orders her packmates to attack you. All right, Gabby, what you gonna do?
Which one spoke to me?
Vundrell. Can you guys see the names?
No.
Oh, you
So
can't.
one looks pink, one looks blue, and one looks white, though.
The white one. Sorry, I didn't hear you. The white one up at the top.
Okay. Gabby says Sova, and casts the sleep spell. And she's going to cast it right here.
Okay.
And so I'm going to roll 5d8, and creatures within 20 feet of the point I choose are affected in ascending order of their current hit points, ignoring unconscious creatures.
Okay.
5 more d8. Okay. So I've got 8, 16, 23, 29.
Okay. So how does it work then with the hit? Describe it
It
to me
sends
again.
creatures into a magical slumber. The total is how many hit points of creatures this spell can affect, so 29 hit points worth.
Mm-hmm.
Creatures within 20 feet of a point you choose within range are affected in ascending order of their current hit points. So whoever has the least amount of hit points is affected first,
Okay.
and it works its way up until it's used all 29.
Okay. Why do I have sleep? I'll just use the prone. So, actually, I'm not gonna use prone. Let's do, for lack of a better term, I'll use paralyzed. How long does it last for?
1 minute.
Okay. All right. So Wolf 3, the blue one is paralyzed. Is well, he's not paralyzed, but he's asleep because I don't have a sleep. So I'll have to add that. And then Wolf 2 also is affected by it. And then the white one seems to be unaffected by your spell. But two of them immediately, all three of you immediately see two of the wolves just seemingly like fall over without any obvious thing and just fall into the water.
And then she raises her quarterstaff and stares at the white one.
I like it. Okay.
That's her turn.
All right. Varnoth, what would you?
So Varnoth immediately detects clan leader and heads straight towards her. So 5, 10 feet. And he notices some spell casting going on, but he's completely focused on her. So he's going to grapple.
Okay.
Which is a athletics check on Varna's side and athletics or acrobatics contest on the side of the creature I'm trying to grapple.
All right. She has a
Pick the one
better.
that's better.
Yeah, she has a better dex, so she's going to do that. By the way, I think you guys are going to be seeing all their rolls, so just letting you know that.
Okay, I'm going to do my athletics
I think
check.
it's probably likely to be successful. It is, and she is now grappled.
Okay, and Varnoth is going to yell, "These otters under our protection, you leave." And he's going to drag the wolf away. Where are the otters?
The otters, the otters are skedaddling and getting away. Now that the wolves are focused on you, the otters are sort of in the water throughout. I've drawn them like there's that little. They look like they're a little white mark on these rocks. That's where I put them, but they're kind of all over. So I think if you just drag him, further like this way, that's probably where.
Okay, Varnoth is going to drag straight south, so he's got this big rock structure to his back.
Okay, sounds good.
So 5, 10, oops,
Oops, sorry about that. My bad.
15. And the wolf goes with Varnoth since he's grappled.
Got it. So he goes.
And that's it for Varnoth.
Okay. All right. So Wolf One is sleeping in the corner, and that's all he's doing. That's his turn. Vundrel, the leader. I think he's likely.
He has the option to try and break free. It'll be acrobatics versus athletics again.
I think he's going to try to break free rather than try to attack. So there he is. All right, and that's so he to break free. He's got to use his strength, or can he
No,
use
he
his
can.
acrobatic?
I think he can use either one. Sorry, I didn't memorize the opponent's side as carefully as I should. Let's
All right.
assume either.
Yep. All right, so he tries to.
I've got a 23.
Yep, his 14 is not enough, and so he continues to be grappled.
And that consumes his at
That's
least
his
one.
That's his action, so
His
he doesn't
action.
have. Yeah, there's nothing else he can do. So, you have a good grapple on him. Anishka, you see that two of the wolves have fallen asleep in the water, and one is being grappled by Varnath. What would you like to do?
She's singing Alanis Morissette's "You Ought to Know" and viciously mocking the wolf that Varnoth has grappled.
Is she saying you ought to know or you ought to
Yes.
know? Nice. Very good. If you didn't already have inspiration,
I
I'd
want
be
to learn
giving it.
that.
I'd be
You must
giving it
teach
to
me.
you. That's awesome. Excellent, excellent. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
And so what I've and so go ahead and cast. Don't know why. Weird. Okay. Oh, do something else. Okay, sorry. Vicious mockery. All right, and he gets a wisdom save. Is that what happens if he fails or if he succeeds on his wisdom save?
It succeeds. Um,
Does he get nothing at that point? Is it or is it a half thing?
I think nothing.
Oh, good
I
thing
think
I
that's
rolled.
right.
Yep. So the first one I rolled was a 5. Second was a crit. So only the first one was the one that mattered. So he failed, and so he takes 4 damage.
And he has disadvantage on
Only if it succeeds.
It
Yeah.
succeeded. Sorry, it succeeded. I mentioned a
Oh,
crit, but that was just because I accidentally clicked twice. And yeah, so
oh,
no,
I misunderstood.
yeah, so it succeeded. Why is this not? If things are not. Oh, I wonder if that's what. He is, but he remains. He remains alive. So
And then as a bonus action, I guess I can do Bardic Inspiration.
right, because you can. Okay, yep, that's right. That's not even a spell. So yeah, yep, you can do bardic inspiration.
And that lasts for 10 minutes.
And you have
I've
Okay.
to
never.
give that to someone, I think.
Yeah, I have to give that to. I think I'll give that to Varnoth since you have the wolf in your hands.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Good turn. Okay, so Wolf 2 is asleep. And so we are into round 2. And Gabby, what would you like to do? Oh,
Um,
sorry. I think I over advanced us. I apologize. But Gabby,
are
you're up.
the otters are just swimming around?
The otters seem like they've made their way to safety. Yes, they're taking the dodge action and getting away, and nothing's attacking them.
Um, Gabby is wading through the water, yelling for Spritzel. Barnoff has this wolf in hand, and she's just calling out for Spritzel.
You see a otter poke its head out of the water that has uh, that appears to have a little patch of brown on his face, and you think you make out what appears to be a pearl earring in his ear.
Uh,
And he
she's
looks
like
at you.
heading his direction, but just telling him that we're here to help. And what was her name? Mother Tusk.
Mother Tusk.
Mother Tusk. Telling him that Mother Tusk sent us, and they should hide.
And that's what they're doing. They all seem to be vamoosing and getting away and hiding in different places and going into the water and stuff. So they're making themselves safe from the wolves. Um, yeah.
Um, and then she turns and just kind of thumps the 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 white wolf uh, for going after her friends.
You know, is she actually trying to hit it with her quarterstaff? Do
Yeah.
some damage.
16, 18.
18 is going to hit.
1d6, 2 for 7.
Okay, 7 damage.
She says, "Leave them alone."
It's still it's still going.
That's all
It
she does.
is. Okay, so okay. Um, Lorneth, you were up.
Varnoth growls, yield or face the hammer.
Um, in the condition it's in, it stops. It doesn't. It does. It knows when it's been bettered, as it sees that the other two wolves are asleep, and it's in pretty bad shape and surrounded by some very strong, some very powerful two-legged folks. So it does in fact yield.
Okay. Varnoth says, "You can leave in peace, but you leave now.
All right.
Do you agree?"
And he says, "Fine." And he goes over to look at his uh, the other members of his pack to kind of pull them out of the water so they're not drowning. Um, and is are Gabby and Anishka just watching along with this? You're not. I just want to make sure nobody's trying to do anything different or.
He's not doing anything different.
Yeah, Gabby's just kind of, if the otters are safe, just kind of watching. Um,
Varnoth
oh,
stands between the lead wolf and the otters with his
Got it.
hammer out.
but Gabby asks what his name is while he's doing his, while he's.
Don't. Negotiations are done.
Who Vundrel?
Yeah.
Yeah, Vundrel is his name. Vundrel.
Anishka's like, hey, I know wolves got to eat, but you picked on the wrong otter. So this otter with the pearl earring, he's special. You gotta leave him alone, and we won't cause you any more trouble.
Got it. Okay. And so, with much difficulty, the wolves, it takes like quite a few minutes, but the wolves are able to, awaken, but they climb out up these slides. Working together, they are able to make their way up awkwardly and leave you folks alone and leave everyone else alone. And we are out of combat.
Ah, you
That's
did
all.
good. Nice,
How,
nice
how do we get out
magic.
of here?
Nice magic. Yeah,
All
otters lead us out, maybe.
all right. The first thing you guys are noticing that you're standing in water, a foot of water. It's freezing cold, and so it looks like it doesn't look like an obvious easy climb up these slides, if you will. They look, like kind of vertical holes. So you eye the area to the back just to get sort of at least temporarily get out of water and sort of dry yourselves out. Which is
Back
way
here.
back there. Yep. Barth goes back. He carries his
Ah!
torch with him. So once you get back there, you see that there is a frozen adventurer there.
Oops. Somebody had bad day.
Oops. Is he alive?
Um, and Spritzel comes up to no, he's not. He's frozen dead. First, Spritzel comes up and addresses you in a high, squeaky voice, humming with overwrought energy. Anishka and Varnoth, you think this it's like a worse version of Gabby that has suddenly snuck upon
Oh
you.
no.
Thank you.
Two
We
of
were
them.
returning from the town and we saw a vicious owl bear with
Tell me
black
he's not
feathers,
psychic.
and we ran away. But then we saw the wolves, and so we ran from them. But they saw us and chased us, and we couldn't lose them. But we found these tunnels, but they followed us down. But you rescued us. Wow, you look cold.
We need way out.
So there is a frozen body of an explorer who appeared. Any of you have
Have any weapons on him?
he does not nothing of any particular value weapon wise. It doesn't look like just something kind of basic. Um, but does nope, if anyone wants to do a medicine check, you can um, to see anything you can tell about his death or anything. Um, let me see.
Varnoth standing guard.
Got a 18 medicine check.
Okay,
Our,
yeah,
Anishka's like, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
you're pretty sure that he probably died. He's been dead a few months, and he must have gotten down here, but not been able to get out and froze to death. Not very positive. Anishka, you do notice, you don't notice as you look through that he has anything of particular note, except he does have some boots, which are embroidered with gaudy but worthless gems. Um, think Pruitt.
I was
And
gonna say it's the corpse of Pruitt.
exactly, he fell down here. He died here alone with no friends,
Aw.
just like he lived his life. Um, um,
But he looks good. Those
he does.
shoes.
He does
He
shoes.
left a beautiful body.
Um,
Grab
but
his bedroll.
you can tell that it's been months since this guy died. So the with the freezing, the clothes have pretty well deteriorated, but the boots have not. So you suspect that they may have be of some value, or there may be some reason that they don't. You would have expected they would have been in a lot poorer shape. They look like they're actually in really good shape. They're just the design isn't maybe what everybody would like with fake gems on them. But yeah,
Anishka's all over that. Yeah, and they might be dry as opposed to
yep,
our own
that
footwear.
is true. That is true. They actually even though they're kind of frozen, you get it off. That yeah, they at least haven't been soaking in cold water. So all of you do realize that you're soaking, that you, luckily you aren't completely soaked. You didn't fall into the water. You were able to kind of walk through it. Um, it's only a foot deep. But you are kind of cold and sort of figuring out, how you're going to get out of here and all those kinds of things. Um, so, uh, let's see what else. Um, can you guys give me um, each give me a survival or nature check, whichever you prefer.
24 nature.
Okay.
18.
Oh, you guys did great, and Nina got 16 on survival. Um, so um, Nina and Sean, or Anishka and uh, Varnoth,
Varna.
um, you know that being drenched in cold water, then moving through air this cold, well, and you weren't completely drenched, but that it could potentially have a fatal impact. And so um, and um, Gabby knows that it's going to be at least a 3-hour walk back to Mother Test's location, um, and that it could be, now that you've made it and all the bit of fighting that you did, it could be difficult. So you do think that perhaps getting a heat source to dry off and warm up would be kind of vital to your survival. Like just just you if you want to make the trek back, you really want to find something to sort of find something to burn or something to warm yourselves up.
Can can we make a dry area out of this island?
You can. Yep. You
Varnoth
could
Anishka's
go ahead.
Varnoth is willing to take a torch and try and make a fire there. He's not going to burn his drum. He's got a big tent if there's nothing else to burn, or he can use his other torches.
our bag. Anishka thinks we could probably burn the clothing of this guy. It's not very nice, but we could burn it.
Hmm. You think that by burning the clothing and burning the tent that you could and the torches you could do enough to give yourself some more dry off before you head out. Um, you could also you all yeah. So that would definitely warm you up and dry off your clothes before sort of making the trek up.
In the meantime, Anishka's slipping on those ruby, those
Awesome.
those fancy those boots.
So that's what you guys want to do. You're welcome. I don't know that anybody took any damage, but I was gonna say you're welcome to take a short rest. Like, take it. It would probably take an hour to go and do this. Get yourselves warmed up and ready for the trip out. Um, and and then in that time, Anishka, you discovered that the boots are um, They are boots of false tracks. So boots of false tracks are basically when you walk in those boots, you can leave behind tracks that are any other creature that is of your same size category. So any other medium-sized creature, you can leave those tracks. And I think your medium.
Otter tracks. Yeah.
Yep. I'm not sure if otters are small or not, but wolves, like a wolf, definitely. It just depends on if they're small or medium. But and then Varnoff, you're just medium sized, right? You're not large.
Yeah, I'm a very big medium.
Yep, very big medium. Um, all right, so you warm yourselves up, and you are able the climb out of the tunnels. Just the climb out actually takes about 30 minutes to climb up, um, and um, and then you get up to the top and you begin to make the trek back. Can I have everybody give me two Constitution saving throws for the trek?
Refresh my memory because I always get it wrong. The saving throw is on the word Constitution
That's correct.
versus on the far left,
On the
there's
far
the
left
word
is where
Constitution.
this. I think on the
Those are the
far left
saves.
is the saving throw. Yeah, we'll see when it comes
Thank you.
up.
I got a
Actually,
6 and a 15.
I'm not so sure of that, Sean. What did you?
They shouldn't be on the far left. They should be, if your character sheet, they should have their own box where it says saving throws.
It should say saving throws underneath them. They're all grouped
Yeah,
together.
Yeah, it's not the far left. The far left is the check.
that's right. We did it wrong.
And the thing that's in the box called saving throws.
That's right. That's what you want to
So
do. You
I'll
generate.
just adjust mine. It was a 19 and a 5.
Got it.
A
Okay.
6 and a 15.
And I don't know if it matters, but Varnoth is resistant to cold.
Same.
I would give you guys each advantage on those two rolls then.
All right. So then I have a 19 and a 23.
Okay.
Yeah, then I've got a 21 and still a 15.
Okay. And then Anishka got a 14 and a 9. And so on the way back, Anishka definitely feels the effect and gains a level of exhaustion, which had you guys come across anything on the way back or anything like that would have meant that she would have had, actually, what does one level of exhaustion get? I believe it's disadvantage on ability checks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as it turns out, you're okay. Um, yeah, you are able to make it all the way back to Mother Tusk's without too much difficulty. Um, yeah,
Is Spritzel
so
with us?
yeah, Spritzel comes with you, talking away the whole way, helping you along. Especially once you've gotten a level of exhaustion, the other otters let, like, if you're willing, they'll like climb on you and keep you warm and help you on your trek back. Just because this may come up um, in a lot of these sessions, but we should look because the cold can often cause levels of exhaustion. So first level, disadvantage on ability checks. Second level, your speed is halved. So that makes it difficult because then it becomes you have to do more checks. Third is disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws. Fourth is hit point maximum is halved. 5, speed is reduced to 0, and 6 is death. So just a reminder of
Does it go away after a short rest?
long rest.
Long
So you
rest.
get back and you're able to take a long. You do get back, and let me put us back over there at the home base, and
So as the otter is talking, Varnoth reaches behind his back and starts hitting his drum. Warriors of the world, warriors of the world.
I
And
like
Ishka's
it.
using her magic headphones to begin to tune that out.
Man, she's tough.
She's a little snobbish.
Guess so. All right. Sorry, I'm just adjusting the
Hey,
video.
Tusk Lady, we got your otter. They playing with wolves. Bad idea.
Yes. So when you return, um, the otter Spritzel tells the whole story back to when they get back to the encampment. There's a fire. Mother Tusk has a fire going to warm you guys up. Spritzel excitedly recounts the harrowing fight with the wolves and the journey back, and he offers them his earring as a thank you, as well as other small gems and trinkets he's hidden away. He runs off to a little area where he's got these things hidden away, and he comes and brings them to you. And Mother Tusk rewards you with 2 spell scrolls of Cure Wounds.
Give those to the one that doesn't like the shellfish.
Can any of you
I'd say
cast Cure Wounds?
wizards have to be able to, right? They got cure wounds.
Arts can, but it's not one of the spells she has saved.
Cure Wounds isn't on the wizard spell list. It is
Oh.
on the bards, though.
That is surprising.
So, yeah, I don't know if it's got to be. Well, I'll look up. I think Nina, you'll be able to read from these scrolls and use them, but without having it actually like your memorized spell. It just has to be one that's on your list, kind of thing, I believe. But we'll check and make sure. Um, so, remind me on those. We'll make sure to add those to your inventory as well. Oh, that's right. I forgot to give you guys the clams too. Okay, so and that is Mother Tusk is very appreciative of your help, and that's why she gave you those scrolls. So she says, rest up, have a good night's rest, and perhaps in the morning, if you were willing or if you were able to, we'd love to have you help with another of our tasks. So you get a long rest. You're all back to full. What would you guys like to do the next day?
Gabby wants to take care of the hunters, but we can
Okay.
do something.
I'll tell
peaceful.
hunters like wolves.
She goes, hunters. Can I get the pearl earring?
Sure. If you guys can
All
talk
right,
about
I'll
who
take care
wants
of the
it.
hunters.
All right, so you guys now have the clams in your inventory. Um, all right. Okay, so you're gonna do the hunters. That sounds good. Uh, you head out the next morning. Let me tell you what she says. She tells you.
Varnoth is re-equipping. He's putting his shield on. Outdoor mode.
Mother Tusk points a flipper to the north. Yonder is a forest we use for hunting and shelter. A group of two-leggers moved there not long ago, and now they hunt us. You must talk to them on our behalf, for they only see us as prey. Convince them to leave us in peace, or drive them away. The oak and pine trees here grow tall and healthy. And if you're following along, all these pages now I've added to where if you scroll down, you can sort of see the "You Are Here" updates from where you were. So, yep, that's where you're going. This is where you were. That's where Mother Tusk was. And then I want to say that you found Spritzel over here on the South Shore, but could be wrong. The oak and pines trees here grow tall and healthy. Newly hewn stumps evidence recent, though not extensive, lumbering activity. A well-trodden footpath provides easy progress deeper into the forest. As you move deeper, you see many animal tracks, as well as a few places where animal tracks intersect with human-sized prints. Um, can you folks give me a survival check? Looking for a 15.
I'm just rolling at 20s today.
Really?
Yep.
Varnoth actually got that with a -1.
It's Great.
Ardbeg did not.
Okay.
Wait, did I say Ardbeg?
You did.
Ardbeg would have got that.
You got to pick a different letter for the start of any new character name.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're going to do that all the time.
Yeah. Anichka.
Sorry. Okay, so Anichka got a 14. Varnoth got a 18 or higher. And what did you get, Gabby?
Nat 20.
Oh, that's right. So you and Varnoth both kind of figure it out together, and it looks like it's maybe the tracks were from maybe 3 or 4 adult human-sized people, and a smaller person, um, that they seem to have felled a large reindeer and dragged it away from your guys' check. So you continue to follow those tracks because you assume that that's the nomads who presumably were out hunting and killed a reindeer. I'm not sure
A
if that's
smaller person, like Gabby's size feet.
um yeah, I think so, I guess. Yeah. Like a kid.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so you're following the tracks. All of a sudden, not all of a sudden, you come to you're walking along and you notice a boot sticking out of a mound of snow. If you look right there, there's a little, I didn't see it. You got to look
Oh, nice.
carefully. There's a boot. Um, the boot twitches.
Boot.
The boot. What takes your notice, or is that the boot twitches every every few minutes, or every few moments, not every few minutes, every few
Oh.
moments. Yeah, every few minutes.
So-
Like what the why? Yep, sorry.
Varnoth walks over and gives a tug on the boot.
All right. Um, as you're walking over to it, you're probably about 5 or 10 feet away from it, and a trap, a metal trap comes and tries to clamp you on your foot, but it misses. It was you kind of where you stepped. It was alongside of it, and it just snapped, but it missed. Um, yeah, and it looks like it was kind of like a bear, kind of like one of those what we would know as a bear trap, but it was a trap that was set there.
Varnoth
Otherwise,
stops and says, "Careful, trap."
all right. So you continue to look as you're going, and you don't see any other traps. Looks like you're free to go up
So
to the boot.
Varnoth waves his friends back, says, "Probably another trap, but I find out." He
Okay.
pulls the boot.
Okay.
Oh, I have mage hand. We could have used that to.
Yeah.
Boring.
Varnoth already picked it up.
First, yeah. So Varna knocks the boot, and from out of the boot, a little creature comes out.
Ooh,
What does it
little
look
little
like?
creature. Ooh,
That's not Varna, but it gives you an idea of size, right? You see a creature about 8 inches tall that looks like an animated doll with a mask for a face. Its hair is wild and unkempt, and its limbs are slender and lean. Varnath, do you want to describe for me what the creature has a pattern on its face, or it could be a pattern, could be a symbol, could be whatever. What just describe for me? It's just open, right? It doesn't. Do you have it? Describe for me what the symbol is that's on the creature's face.
it's a big spiral in the middle with kind of a star-shaped pattern, a border around the edge.
All right.
So sort of think
Sunburst almost, or no? What are you gonna say?
sunburst, but with a spiral in the middle.
I like it. I like it. Okay. Um, he just sort of looks up and just sort of he doesn't say anything. He doesn't have a face. He doesn't have any features, right? He just has this sort of. It's not even so much that he. It's not like he's wearing a mask. It's like literally his face is sort of the spooky sort of thing. There's just no, and it looks like some sort of a, I don't know, like almost like not ethereal creature, but anyway, like a magical creature, I guess you would probably, I mean, at least suspect. Doesn't look like a natural one. Um, in fact, go ahead and Varna, if you want to give me what would a magic? I'm trying to think what you'd roll for a magic for like if it'd be history or um, Arcana. These are all things he's not going to know too much about, probably. Um,
We could just agree Varnoff doesn't know what it is.
well, I just think he
But
might have heard about it. Go ahead and no, go ahead and roll d20. Let's just see, or pick one of those and roll either one.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I'll do history, and he's not very good at that. Yep, fairly good day for Varnoff.
Um, okay, yeah. So yeah, you've heard of these things. You think they're called chewingas, and they're these little creatures, these little magical creatures that are that live in the forests and things like that. Normally, you had heard about them more down in when you were down south, but you down south they're a little less rare than they are up in the north. You'd heard of them like old folk tales kind of thing in the north, but nothing that
Are
anybody would
they
ever see.
are they
And they're friendly.
dangerous?
Nope,
Oh, they're
they're not.
friendly.
And they're friendly. And so this one does look at you. He's kind of curiously looking at you, but he doesn't look particularly dangerous. In fact, I believe. And so you're sort of looking at him, and um, all of a sudden, sort of independently appears. Uh, you hear some crunching from above you, and up in the tree, you see all of a sudden you see a bunch of icicles from the tree falling down on you. Can you go ahead and give me a dexterity save?
Okay,
Looking for a 12.
bear with me.
nice.
20.
Excellent. You definitely jump out of the way and look up, and it looks like that's all the icicles that were falling. You're not sure what if that was intentional, if that was random or what, but you go back to sort of focusing on the Chewinga, who now is sort of making a motion to you as if he wants to be picked up.
Okay, Varnoff extends hand. Hi, little creature. I have friends. Maybe they talk to you.
So the Chewing, they're having this conversation. All these things are happening. What are Anishka and Gabby doing from afar?
When Gabby sees this thing come out of the boot, like even before the icicles come down, like she immediately disregards Farnoff's like stay back warning.
Ah,
It's just
kids.
trudging through the snow, like over his way. So she's probably gotten to him by now.
So
But
Varnoff kind of extends the hand over to her. You little creature.
So the creature has climbed up in your onto your hand, Varnath, and the creature kind of runs sort of up your arm and sort of is like literally like looking at your big head and like sort of looking at you and reaches up and touches you on the forehead.
Ooh.
And that's it. You kind of feel a little bit, I don't know, a warm feeling, but otherwise you don't really notice anything. And
Ooh.
then um, he sort of runs down your arm and he kind of leaps out in the snow and sort of waves a hand and is, seemingly is going to sort of head away. Uh, um, Gabby, is there anything, as you're kind of observing this, is there anything you're watching? He's not looking like he's doing anything bad or anything, but just is there anything that you want to say or do to the creature as he's doing all this and running away?
no, she's just kind of fascinated watching it. And when it runs away, she's like tugging on Varnoff and being like, what was it?
So you
He's
tug on Varnoff, yeah,
magic Schwinga ting.
and you look up and Varnoff has on his forehead a spiral with a sunburst around it.
Varnoff's
And
making
Varnoff,
notes.
you really don't understand this. It's really like that over the next few minutes, you sort of have this feeling like um, it's really probably very, very hard for you to process what this means, but that you somehow feel like you have the power to help people in a way that it goes even beyond what you have before. Um, from a mechanic standpoint, you can cast Bless um, at when you want with like the spell with and I think it recharges after a short rest or long rest or something like that. But you have the ability
Wow.
to cast Bless.
Varnoth likes it. Cool. Noted.
Nietzsche is using Mage Hand. She's picking up the boot, shaking it out.
Yep, nothing else in the boot. Just looks like a weird old boot. It's not clear if this was all sort of set up or what the deal was, but that was kind of that.
So she hurls it as far as she can. Then.
Nice. Oh yeah, so you can cast Bless as at will as a bonus action, and there's no recharge on it. You can do it as often as you want. Whether it lasts forever, that's a whole different question. But you can cast Bless. So for the rest of this, basically for the rest of this session, you'll be able to cast. Just remember, you can cast Bless as a at will as a bonus action. After bestowing its blessing, the Chewinga disappears into the snow with a wave of its tiny frost-tinged hand. All right, you guys want to continue on down the path?
Yeah, Gabby's using her quarterstaff like out in front of her after having seen Varnoth almost step in a trap.
And Anishka's looking up for icicles.
Got it. All right.
Varnoth's rubbing his forehead.
um, so you just kind of continue down the path. As you go down you don't see any more traps of those bear traps, or you kind of keep an eye on those trees to make sure no icicles fall on you. And as you're going, the path you're following, and I'm going to show you. The path you're following runs directly into the center of an enormous oak that's been felled and its trunk hollowed to form a tunnel. The tree is 80 feet long and 5 feet in diameter, bridging a 60-foot wide ravine. The ravine is at least 20 feet deep with steep sides that look difficult to climb. Walking around the ravine, from what you can tell, doesn't look like it would be easy. It might
How
add
big is the
hours to your
tree?
journey. This
Sorry, you
says
cut out for a second.
oh, I apologize. Yeah, it's 80 feet long and 5 feet in diameter. So basically, it would
Okay.
appear that the path and just so you know, the map is one that I just sort of put together. It's not like this is meant necessarily to be. I just took a ravine and put a tree over it or a log. But the idea is that the path you go on like leads right into the log. It looks like the log crosses the ravine, um, and was put there so that you could cross in lieu of kind of being a bridge.
So Varnoth looks to his friends. He's kind of sometimes impulsive. He's like, "We cross."
After you, bro.
Okay.
Do you have any rope?
Varnoth walks carefully across.
Okay, so you're going, yeah. So you continue on. You have to kind of, it's only 5 foot in diameter. So for Varnoth, he's really got to sort of, you know, get to, even though it's hollow, he's got to kind of bend down to sort of work, to get through. But it definitely looks like you can see the light all the way through, and that you can kind of just walk through with you're just sort of stooped a little bit.
Gabby, like when he's like halfway through, like it's like echo and like sends echoes through it.
And Anishka, what are you doing?
Just checking to see if she has any rope, and she doesn't. But she's probably going to follow him across the pond.
Okay, as Anishka's about to step in and Gabby is yelling, Gabby, you yell, echo. All of a sudden, there's a rumble and a crack, and the tree seems to give way. So Gabby is convinced that it was her saying that was done. Okay, so Varnoth, can you
Yeah.
give me a dex saving throw?
Varnoth's going to throw inspiration on this one.
Yeah.
Which didn't help at all. So Varnoth has a 10.
Okay. Sorry, I'm having a little trouble here.
Oh, no, it's too late. There was a bardic inspiration from a long time ago, but it's expired.
It would probably have expired. Yep. 10 is what you needed, actually. So you are successful in, as it's falling, you're able to sort of quickly run ahead and you are able to get to the other side as the log is falling and falls into the ravine.
Varnath goes, that would be a stupid death. Oh.
Gabby just kind of hides behind Anishka.
He waves at his
Kind
friends.
of like stares over at him.
Shh.
Anishka
Don't
has like
yell.
1 foot over the ravine going, ah.
Don't yell at the tree trunks. He's not good. So Varnath does have a rope, and he uncoils that and tosses it over to his friends, and
Like 80
proposes.
feet across.
Is it 80? No, that's how long the tree was.
It's a 60-foot ravine.
Oh.
Between the two, it's 60 feet, is what it says.
Oh, my rope isn't that long. I got a 50-foot rope.
Are you crazy? That's what she yells over to him.
Well, maybe you can fly.
Very funny.
Varna scratches his head. He has no good ideas.
Gabby looks to Anishka. No, she doesn't do this very often, but she looks to the adult to be like, "What are we gonna
Just got
do?"
nothing. It's like, huh. How far around is this ravine again?
Varnath looks for another similar sized tree or something big that would be long enough.
Is there anything even to tie rope off to, like around here, or is it just rocky, or what's the area like?
You could probably tie some rope off. It doesn't look like to go around. It would take a long. You think it would take a long time, and you know from your previous trip that you don't want to add additional hours to your truck in this weather. You do think that you could climb down. You could. It looks. Um,
The tree's
Varnath,
broken in
you're able to
half,
find.
right?
You're able to. Yeah, it's down in bottom. It's in half. Yeah, Varnath, you do think that you can find another tree that is big enough to position where it may not be a nice big one where you could hollow. You know, it's hollowed out and all that. But at least you could put something across that they could climb across. That
All
they
right.
could walk
So
across.
Varnath is chopping or breaking down trees and hauling logs. Going to try and get something that'll extend either all the way or most of the way across.
Okay.
From
That's
his
gonna take
side.
him. It's gonna take him about an hour to chop that down. Is there anything the other two are doing? Are you just gonna? I mean,
Gabby figures she can't help him with the tree from over here, so she just turns her attention to Anishka and figures they have some time to chat and get to know each other. And so she's just questioning her on all kinds of things.
And then she goes checking her backpack, looking to see if she's got anything to help repel. Nothing.
after probably a really uncomfortable hour for Anishka, an enjoyable one for Gabby, and probably a pretty enjoyable one for Varnath too, because he's probably just feeling good about helping and doing some physical labor. He's able to drop the log over there. Can Gabby and Anishka, are you guys gonna, I assume, gonna cross? You do have to do an acrobatics check to make sure that you can walk along the tree without slipping. It's a DC 10, so it's not too bad. But
19. Gabby skips across.
Oh, good job.
Anishka, did you want to?
Might be inspired this time too.
You gonna use your inspiration? Makes sense. Oh yeah, that's why you do it. Because a nine would
Nice
not have a nine
call.
would not have made it, but it turns out it was a crit. So, inspired by the fact that you don't want to be spending any more time alone with Gabby than you have to, you like run across the log and are successfully getting across. All right, and you guys have crossed the ravine with the log bridge. All right, you continue down the trail and you are approaching the center of the forest where the camp, you suspect the camp of the nomads is. Um, All right.
I'll be back in like 1 minute.
No problem.
I'll do
Let's
that
just
too.
take a little quick break. Yep.
Bye, break. I'm not done, but I'm videoing.
All right. You've arrived at the camp of some nomads from the Ragged Glacier. Through the boughs of the pines, you see a crackling campfire. A score of humans, as well as a smattering of goblins, feast on the charred remains of a reindeer. The meal smells delicious to everybody but Gabby. What do you guys do?
Varna quietly turns to his companions. We go in, tell them no hunting here. Maybe they go, probably we fight. What do you think?
You're pretty, despite the fact that you feel pretty strong, you're pretty confident that this would be a very quick fight if there was a fight, and you would not come out the victor.
Ooh,
I mean,
To convince them hunting's better
I
elsewhere.
think I think it says it's at least a score of humans. Isn't that 20?
oh,
Right?
I'd
And
seen
you are
tracks
first
from
level.
like 3. Ah,
Yeah,
hmm.
no. That was the party that went, but it's at least 20 humans and perhaps 5 or 6 goblins.
Ah. Varna
So,
probably hadn't done the math, and his friends have pointed this out to him.
yeah. Oh, good. I'm just pointing it out. So you guys, have,
Maybe we scare him.
Anichka smells that reindeer. It smells so good.
it does. You guys are definitely feeling hungry.
Gabby's nauseous,
Mm.
but she just wants to go, she just wants to go in and talk to him.
Yeah, let's
Okay.
get a feeling for this camp of nomads.
Who be talking?
Gabby has a persuasive way about her.
Okay, I stand behind you. Look scary.
Um, so you are noticed, and a person who
Hi.
appears to be a leader calls in greeting. A woman dressed in white wolf furs addresses you in common. She pulls back her hood, revealing a dark face framed with white hair. She smiles as she speaks. You've done well to find us, and you're persistent. What brings you here among the wolf tribe? And then motions you guys in. I assume you guys can walk in.
It smells delicious. What are you guys cooking? Is that reindeer?
Reindeer. Help yourselves. There's not a lot left. But everybody here's been pretty hungry. There's not a lot of food right now, and but one reindeer doesn't go, doesn't go far when you've got as many as we've got, and we've taken on, because things are so difficult, we've taken on some additional friends here that we might not have, pointing to the goblins. But she says you're more than welcome to have some. She introduces herself as Shaktal. Shaktal, Shaktal, and she's clearly the leader of the tribe. Um, are you guys gonna? I don't know. Gabby, I guess won't be eating, but I don't know if the other ones do. But she does say that she is. They're a group that has come down here to do as scouts, and she follows a chieftain Aluka, who's the chieftain of the wolf tribe, and we're looking for sources of food and willing recruits, people that will join us in the tribe. Um, with this change in the weather up here and things like that, they've lost a number of their uh, tribe members, and they want to be strong because there's some. She says, I don't want to get into it, but there's some internal politics around some of the nomad tribes up of the Reged tribes, and we want to make Aluka. We want to find more people to join us to make Aluka more powerful. Even asks, would any of you be interested in joining the tribe?
Well, thank you.
We're just kind of passing through.
Strange
I haven't
place
seen
to
any
be passing through.
reindeer. I mean, is the hunting any good around here?
Um, it's difficult, but we got the reindeer. We obviously just got this reindeer. So, but yeah, it's better than it is up on the glacier. And also, it's a little crowded up there with all the other tribes. So, um, we've found some sources, but it's difficult. We're really having to look very hard to find. There's just not enough. There's not really enough prey out here. But we found some. We're just continuing to look for good sources of food.
Does Gabby know of other? I mean, she's vegetarian. Um, does she know of other things people eat around here if they don't eat meat?
Yeah, probably. I mean, she's vegetarian. She's gonna, and if she, yeah. So, I mean, and they're probably eating other things as well. Things that would be, doesn't necessarily look so appetizing, or because up in this cold weather, but they're probably eating acorns and things like that.
She says that they're coming up from just south of here, um, and they had uh, some friends to the south that um, she was hoping they could work out an arrangement for their safety.
Um, we tend to stay away from if you meet somebody from the 10 towns, we stay away from all those folks. So I don't think we've had no trouble up here. We're just here to hunt and perhaps maybe find some people that might want to join us. Possibly a little bit of trade if we were able to find some pelts. Otherwise, we're not here to bother anyone. I can't imagine we'd have any conflict with any of the civilized folks from down in 10 towns, which Varnoth might find somewhat humorous since he would know that, like, it's not like most people in the South would call the 10 towns area civilized, but to these guys, that's civilization, right? It's all relative.
Have you ever tried ice fishing? Heard ice fishing is pretty good around here.
Yeah, yeah, they do. I assume they would do ice fishing as well. So yeah, they do ice fishing.
Gabby tries to explain that their friends are of the four-legged kind, but that they are. What would you use to say like awakened? Like
You'd say they're awakened, probably, or
they're
whatever. She could say there. Yeah,
they'd know what that means.
yeah. Um, oh, that's interesting. She says, I'm not sure though. Uh, we wouldn't want to cause trouble with your friends. On the other hand, um, our people, we need to hunt to survive. Um, it's not like we're doing it, this is how we get our sustenance. Um, the fact that there's some that are awakened, that's interesting to me. But we need to eat. I don't know what, I'm not sure what else we could do because we need to eat.
Where are we on the map?
Oh,
We're at that red dot.
yep, in
I
that
lost
forest
my
right there.
mouse. Sorry.
Yep.
And then they're down at that blue dot below it.
Who they?
The animals.
They're down way
Oh,
down
down
below.
below the.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
But they're all in this area. I mean, I think they're all in the area around here, right? So,
Yeah.
um, yeah.
Um, Gabby tries to convince them to maybe work around the lake, going off of Anishka's comment about the good trout fishing and there's big fish in this lake.
And easy
And
catching. And each also asked them, have you seen anyone that looks like me around here? Anyone my kind of coloring?
Um, no, no, we haven't.
Okay.
I think you guys are, what do you call tieflings?
Yeah. So you haven't seen any? No one?
No, but you know, you're more than welcome to join our tribe. Just because you'd be the first doesn't mean that you wouldn't be welcome with open arms. If you can hunt, if you can help us with the chores or hunt or do things that'll help the group as a whole, then you're more than welcome to join our group.
Teach you how to fish.
Um, I don't know that.
Arnoth already has a tribe. Sorry. Gotta not kill the talking animals, okay?
That's too bad because he's one that would be a great one to have there. Um, she seems interested in trying to help, and understands the challenge, but is really flummoxed at just being able to like, the concept of like how they would, you know, not, not killing any animals at all is it's just, again, it's a question of, survival. Um,
Um, An- I almost said Anishka. Uh, Gabby asks if she would be willing to meet with Mother Tusk um, to kind of work out an arrangement because they're not opposed to them hunting. It's just her particular
Maybe they
family
make
and
a
that.
hunting zone.
um,
Everybody agree.
you
And
can
maybe
tell.
they can help. Maybe they can help the tribe out in some way by providing some tips about where non-awakened creatures are.
I don't know how animals could really help us out. They just aren't sort of strong enough, you know, and um, so as the conversation goes on, um, you think that there's there's three things that impress that potential there's maybe a few different ways that could impress or that could have an effect here. One is going the just kind of the way you're going, which is a straight sort of persuasion argument. Um, the other is you get the sense that by what she's saying that there's something around they're from a world where they follow like she says at some point like well she's not going to follow the word of these awakened animals like they're not more if it came to it the tribe feels like it this group is she would probably feel like they're stronger they don't need to listen right it's a little bit of a the survival of the fittest whatever kind of thing and then the last would be that so kind of what you're doing at the fishing, but trying to figure out ways to show them that there is enough food without them having to go for, the awakened beasts. And so you guys can choose which of those three paths to go down, and then there's things to do to get to do those things. Sorry, this just being AL, that's not like totally open-ended. It's like that's how it's kind of done.
I like the idea of helping them find other things. I don't want to just like persuade them to go somewhere else and they're kind of off on their own, having to. I'd like it to be a win-win.
Okay.
Oh, persuade them to become fishing people. Maybe animals help. Beavers make a little dam for them.
So she tells you that you she says, okay, and so I'll give a little more detail. So she says, if you're so certain that we can do fine with food, how about this? I want you guys to go and provide a feast to us that is at least as good as this reindeer. And I know you keep talking about fish, but the folks here, they're only going to take, it's going to be game. Um, and then she says, I appreciate you guys having come here. Although I know you had a little trouble with the log bridge. Um, she says, I'm not sure that, frankly, if three people come along that aren't that strong, I'm not sure that there's reason for us to listen. Um, so maybe you could also prove your, superior force, and then otherwise, you could, I guess, or we could just sit the night away and I could listen to your arguments and and but and see if you can just persuade me. But so far, I haven't been persuaded.
I like contest.
We just sit around and play some music for a little bit.
Go hunting.
Smoke a joint. Um, oh, did you just mute yourself, Sean?
I
You did. Oh, because
I
you weren't
do
talking.
sometimes.
I wasn't sure. Okay, got it. It's all good. What do you guys think? It sounds like Varnoth is going for contest of strength kind of thing. I'm
Yes.
not sure that seems like that's probably not a Gabby. Anishka thing.
Strength?
Maybe-
No.
Was that the second option?
Yeah. So first, basically persuasion, and it's not like this is it's not like going to be a strength contest. It's just saying
Yeah.
strength, showing a superior force, persuasion, um, uh, uh, and then and then the last one is providing food, which basically means go on a hunt and bring back
I like
some
persuasion.
big game.
Yeah,
Boring.
Gabby
Talk 'em to
leans.
death.
Gabby leans persuasion too. She definitely doesn't feel like we can be a force against them.
I don't even have a fishing rod anymore. I can't like go get fish. Full.
Okay. You two talk them to death. I'll look intimidating.
All right. Um, so
Varnoth gets out his drum. He's going to make a little.
just so you guys know, because if I don't tell you this, I don't know how otherwise you know. So there's a persuasion check on this, which is going to be, I guess, a group persuasion check. Um, and it is adjusted based upon how successful you were with your trip getting here. So because none of you, I think, took any damage, right, on this trip,
That's right.
and none of you
Clean.
got any exhaustion on this trip. Um, so you get 5 better on your DC, and then it says if the characters didn't spend more than 30 extra minutes while moving through the forest, that is not true because you guys did have to cut down the log. So that one you don't get. And then um, I would I would say that you also get the if they showed strength of character in their interaction with Choctaw without being cruel, fawning, or obsequious. And I think you guys were successful. So um, we're going to need a group charisma persuasion check. So each of you are going to roll it. Your DC though is only 10 because of you doing so well on the way up here.
Should I give some bardic inspiration, perhaps, to Varnoth?
I'm good.
Yeah.
You're good.
He already has it, right?
No, I think
It wore off
expired
from
already.
yesterday, but
Oh, got it.
Varnoth doesn't want to cheat. He looks intimidating just the way he is.
You persuaded
Gabby,
me. Yeah.
yeah, we got a 22.
Okay.
Hold on a sec.
Ooh-wee.
Nice. Wow. We should make a band.
All right. Um, so as evening goes on, Choctaw seems more and more persuaded. She bows to you and tells you that she recognizes your prowess. Um, uh, however, she makes you promise that in return for the Wolf Tribe's cooperation, uh, you agree to assist us and our chief Aluka if we're ever called upon to do so. Which doesn't seem to necessarily hold much, but that's what she just asks.
Gabby says
Um,
deal and sticks her hand up in the air.
nice.
Okay.
And each gets picking some ranger out of her teeth and saying, "That's fine by me, thank you."
And in thanks for that, she gives you a acorn. That, if eaten as an action, it acts as a potion of healing. And she only gives you one, so I think it probably makes sense for
Okay.
that to go to Gabby
Gabby.
since it's not. It's
It's
not.
it's veggie food. She's got to have it.
She's got eaten acorn. Um, Also, if you didn't have cold weather clothing, they could provide it. I will say that it says that if a character doesn't have cold weather clothing yet, they will provide it at half price. I will say that if you want to buy a tent from them, you could get it at half price, Sean, since you burned your tent in the last episode.
I would like the biggest tent they've got, and I will pay them handsomely for it.
And so you stay the night, and then you head out in the morning. And when you head out, there's a bit of a ceremony almost. You guys thought you were all just talking, but they take all this very seriously. And in addition to giving you the acorn, they also, as a show of good faith, she comes and gives you an arrow, which is it's an unbreakable arrow, so it never breaks. And It also proves to any wolf tribe members that are loyal to Aluka, which is again her mentor and sort of the chieftain of this portion of the wolf tribe, that you are a friend and an ally. She does warn you that there's a particularly ferocious owl bear that has been ravaging the area. She's already lost 3 tribe members, so just be on the lookout for that and be safe.
Ooh,
Owl bear.
Owl bears.
Him big.
So
Hi.
so here's the situation we're in at this point. So actually, I think we should just you guys can head back, and if you want, I think we can take on a third one. This one actually kind of went. I don't want to drag it on any longer. They say that you can also, if you get through it too quickly, you can, as a show of good faith, I can have you go on the hunt or something like that. But I don't think there's a point to that. And Gabby definitely doesn't want to go on a hunt. So um, why don't we plan to? You guys head right back to Mother Tusk, and you guys want to go on try one more?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hot water spring? Hot water that's cold? Or
Hot tub,
yeah, hot tub.
not hot.
Sounds good.
All right, let's do it.
Plumbing problem.
All right. Mother Tusk nurses her calf and listens to her family chitter around her. Let me just check and make sure there wasn't something else when you got back to Mother Tusk there. Um, yeah, when you return to Mother Tusk, she is relieved. Um, and that's yeah, and thanks because it's not something that obviously is easy would be easy for them to negotiate. So she's very appreciative, but your rewards really were from them. So Mother Tusk nurses her calf and listens to her family chitter around her. She turns a whiskered glance in your direction. Not far from here is a hot spring that keeps part of Red Waters from freezing over. Um, there we get fresh water and excess food from the lake. Just moving you back to home base. Um, the spring has stopped flowing into the lake and we're suffering for it. I've sent a scout to investigate, but she hasn't returned. Find out why, please.
Hey, if we fix this, maybe there were more fish for the wolf people.
That's true.
What scout is this? What is it, a walrus or
No, it's a snow fox.
snow
What,
fox?
a rather angry vixen called Wiskette. Wiskette. She left days ago and has failed to return. Uh, you're going no more than an hour or two just south of a town called Dugan's Hole. The spring flows from a hole in the ground and then about 300 feet downhill into Red Waters. All right.
Okay, let's go.
No more than 30 minutes have passed since you left Mother Tusk's refuge, and 100 feet ahead of you, at the top of a snowy incline, near the lake known as Red Waters, you see a pair of white-furred hyenas toying with a snow fox. The fox is injured, and the hyenas look ready to move in for the kill. Just get it over with, the fox shouts angrily in common.
Barnoth yells, "Hey, that fox is our friend!" And advances.
What did the fox say?
I like it.
Perfect.
I like it. You guys are all the way down at the bottom. You're about 100 feet away. Upon hearing you, the hyenas um, look up and they're like, and they decide that they don't want any of this, and so they leave. They seem scared by Varnoth, and they head over. Like I said, you're kind of going up a hill, and you're at the peak, kind of at the top of the hill. Again, don't mind the map too much, but they kind of continue up the map, if you will, and over, and soon and in just a second they're gone, leaving the fox behind.
Very hyena of them.
Yes, exactly. The gig's up. Let's get out of here.
All right. Varnoth proceeds forward, telling the fox, "Hi, we're from Mother Tusk."
All right. I'm just gonna drop these guys off this there. What what's Anishka and
What's her
uh,
name? Wixit?
Wisket?
Whisket.
Wisket.
Wisket. Wiskette. Wisket.
So
Um,
it's Colette with whiskers.
okay, takes you.
Uh,
Go ahead.
I
Sorry,
was just
Gabby.
gonna say that Gabby is approaching and saying Wisket's name, asking her if she's okay because she, whoops, looks hurt.
All right. As you approach,
Uh-oh.
uh, uh,
Those
Wisket
sentences
shouts.
with initial prepositions are not good.
As you get up there, Wisket says, "Go catch the hyenas before they get away, and warn them of you being here." Um,
Warren who?
oh, she says, Wisket shouts at the catchers to catch or characters to catch them before they can warn the gnolls of their presence and location.
Oh. Okay.
Wait, isn't Noel on this call?
Exactly.
Oh,
Same
too many
joke was
puns.
made Friday. Actually, there was quite a bit of null jokes because yes,
It's
they
from
because
me, I swear.
this was one of the ones they chose. So yeah, it there was jokes.
Right. Uh, Varnoth would like to have glory in doing the job well here, so he goes hoofing after the hyenas, hoping
Do I
girls
know what
come with him.
Knowles are?
Um, I I don't know. I would think they're common enough. I think you probably do.
Yeah.
Okay.
And probably more common in the South. So yeah, I think you do. You've heard that there's some sort of like dog-like creatures, half dog,
Pack
half human.
pack
Um,
oriented animals.
okay.
Oh,
You know, it's
Um, and so you guys go up to the top of the hill. You see at the top of the hill, or on the far side of the hill, a steep slope travels down 600 feet. The snow is deep here, counting as difficult terrain. So it's like you're trudging up to get up there. You see three sleds um, resting at the top of the hill. You see two additional sleds um, further down the hill. Um, the hyenas are each halfway down the hill, not halfway down the hill, but they're at least by the time you get there, they're at least 120 feet ahead of you, heading down the hill on their sleds.
oh, Varnoth loves this idea. Varnoth sleds back at home. He's grabbing the first sled at a run and going after the hyenas.
wait, the hyenas are on sleds?
The hyenas aren't sleds, and that's exactly what goes in your head, Gabby, is you think, wait, hyenas aren't sleds?
Varnoth doesn't care. Reason to go sledding.
All right, so
This is like
Barnett
free play.
goes and hits that. What are Anishka and Gabby gonna do? You gonna watch for a sec, or are you gonna do something? Are you gonna get
This is like the
the first
Jamaican
sled?
bobsled team for her. She doesn't know.
Yeah, that's true. So she gonna kind of watch.
She's just gonna follow. Um,
Um,
yep.
they look like they're, it's going to take something to catch up to them. It looks like because she would definitely feel deflated getting to the top and being like, not having a lot of faith in the whole sled thing anyway. But then
Are
also
they like,
they're heading down the hill.
are they sleds or are they like uh toboggan things or like discs?
I think they're more like toboggan things. I guess I don't know. They don't. They just say sleds, and they just say that. Well, they do say they're big enough. Each one could carry two medium creatures. But
Hey, Gabby,
um,
should we get on the same sled? I don't know what to do. Do you know how to do this?
Yeah, Gabby's cool for us getting on the same one, and she's like yelling after Varnoff, like, wait, but he's like already like
Yeah, so Varnoth gets
Yeah.
coasting.
we'll have Varnoth get a round in. So, creature riding a sled can use its movement to travel. So you can go 60 feet down the hill, Varnoth, with your movement. You can take an action to either travel an extra um, 60 feet, or you can attempt a strength or check, with strength or dexterity check to push your sled to the limit. On a success, the sled travels an extra 120 feet that turn for a total of 180 feet. On a failure, instead you fall prone, ending its turn after just the 60 feet of movement.
You know, Varnoth is going to push that sled.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. That sounds like, yep. Okay, so let me see. So they're at 120. And basically, if you don't catch them before they get to 600, they're gone.
Okay.
So they're at 120 at the start of this turn. So you're going to go and you can go 60. They'll just go, so they'll be at 180 at the end of the turn because they're just going to go 60 each time. Um, oh, no, they're going to go 120 each time because they can just go automatically for that. That's what they're doing, the easy one. Um, yep. So you're going to try to go.
The 60 plus, hopefully, an extra 120.
Yep. All right. So
Or nothing further.
It's a DC 10 athletics check.
Athletics is in Varnoth's wheelhouse.
Okay.
So he's going for it. 24.
All right. So you are now at 180 after round one.
Come on, sled! Faster! And how far ahead were they?
You're now 60 behind him.
Nice.
Yep. All right. Anishka and okay, so we're in the next round. So Anishka and um, Gabby, do you just want to go 120 feet, or do you want to try to push it and go? You're kind of falling behind with both
Well, we
Varnath.
have three options, right? You can either do the normal 120, or you said you could do
You push it.
something to go.
Athletics
just
to push it harder, or you fall, stop.
Yeah. So
You also might
basically,
be able to cast something. I don't know.
yeah, that's the other thing. You could, depending on, if you got within range, you could potentially cast
okay.
something.
I was confused. I thought there were three options for the sled.
No, I think it's just two.
It has to be athletics.
Athletics or acrobatics.
Oh, okay. Acrobatics
But
is
I will say that since the two of you are doing it together, one of you can help. So you'll do it with advantage.
That's handy.
pretty good at acrobatics. I'm not good at athletics. How about you?
It's team subtle versus team just straight down the hill.
Well, just go ahead and
Gabby
choose.
just sits on the front and lets Anishka sort of. She's like the dog on How the Grinch Stole Christmas, like at the front of the sled.
Yeah.
But you could like lean in the right direction. That's your help.
Yeah.
So Anishka,
Okay.
you want to go ahead and do
Acrobatics?
acrobatics with advantage? All right,
Woohoo.
that's going to do it.
Nice.
So on round two, you guys get down to 180. They're going to be down at 300. And what about you, Varnath? I assume you're going to push it again?
Varnoth is pushing it hard. She probably shouldn't do, but here we go.
Oh, never a doubt. Never a doubt. That's all you need. It's only a 10. So, okay. And that gets you 180, right?
Yeah. So I should be up even with them.
Yeah. So, you are up even with them. Wait. Oh, I had this wrong. No, they were at 120. So I had this right. Okay. So they were 240. You were at 180. Sorry.
Yeah.
You were at 180. They were 240. So now they're at 360 and you are at 360. So yeah, you are even with them. What we'll do then is the next round, this doesn't really go into what you can do. So I'll just say that you can try to, while you're going to go at normal speed, you'll do a grapple on them, on one of them.
Perfect.
If you can, that's what I figured. That's totally what you do. So you'll grapple them. You'll get one, and then we'll sort of figure out if you can get the other one at the same time or whatever. So, okay. Round three. So, Anishka and Gabby, do you guys want to? You guys going to try to push it to keep going? It kind of makes sense.
Let's
You're
think
not really going to be able to
let's
catch up
push
otherwise.
it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. Acrobatics for Anishka. Never a doubt.
Never a doubt.
Nice.
All right.
Girl's got skills.
So,
I like the sledding thing.
See, told you it was fun.
so Varth, so you guys are there. Do you want to go ahead and give me a grapple, and I'll
Yeah.
roll a hyena. Um,
So just an athletics grapple, I assume.
yeah, just I think a normal grapple, and then
Right. It's
they can
usually
either
athletics against whatever they got.
whatever they got. Right. That's what I was gonna. I'm not
As a
sure which one's.
terrible grapple. They got to get a really bad one.
Let's see. Um, so their dex is going to be better. Um, oh wait, comes up over here. 19. So they're able to. The one that you
Evade.
went for is able to avoid it. So you guys both travel 120 this round. So you're at 480.
Yep.
They're at 480. You're still right next to each other. This is like you
Yep.
can almost picture this, right? As you like slow down to like you're now in trying to grab and pull them off the sled. All right, as the gals behind you are trying to catch up. So, Anishka and Gabby, do you guys want to keep pushing it?
How close are we?
Well, you're never gonna catch them if you don't. But you're at the moment you're 120 feet from them, so you have to. Um,
Yeah.
so it's gonna take you two
I
more
just want. I
rounds.
did. I was just trying to see if I was close enough or something. So
Oh, I see. Oh, I see. You're 120.
yeah, let's
You're,
just keep pushing it.
Okay.
you're closing at 60 around, so you'll be within 60 next time. Might be able to
Okay.
do something.
All right. You gonna roll, Nina?
Yep.
She did.
Got it.
Oh, that's it. Okay, you nailed it. Okay, sweet. So you were at 540. Um, and Varath, you want to go ahead and we'll assume you're going to go 120 feet, but then go ahead and do a grapple again.
Yeah. And Varnoth is considering, Varnoth aspires to be a bard. However, he's actually a barbarian at the moment. If he rages, he gets advantage on strength, right?
I think so.
Would that apply here,
Yeah, sure. Why not?
even though he's not in combat?
Um, he can rage, right? If he doesn't take
He's going to
damage.
get it for one round, and it's going
Yep,
to
that's good.
expire unless there's combat.
Yeah, that's good. That's all good.
All right. So rage on, advantage athletics. Good thing.
Oh yeah.
That's awesome. Good use of it. I was gonna say because you guys have all, I think, except for maybe Gabby, use your inspiration too. But yeah, that's excellent. You are, and they got an 11. So that so so you just pull one off, and do you just sort of just yank him and leave him and keep going, or do you just try to pull him off and anything other than that is going to slow you down, presumably?
I'm dumping him and leaving him for the girls.
Okay, that's what I kind of figured. Okay, so that's going to happen at, and I'll say that happens right at after you've gone 60 feet, so it's right where they are, and then you are at, so you and the other guy are at 600 feet. You're together at the base of the hill,
Mhm.
and so why don't we go ahead and um, hmm, what do you want to do with him? Do you want to try to grapple him? Do you want to attack him?
Uh,
Um,
Going for the grapple.
okay, sounds good. Let's go do a grapple then. Another grapple once you're at the bottom.
And if it's
And
been a
then
full round, then my rage expires.
I'll say no because you were attacking. I think that's and the whole
Okay.
exhilaration of the whole event kind of thing.
All right. So
It,
athletics check with
and
advantage.
yep, and Anishka and Gabby, are you guys just kind of gonna go and what are you doing with the knoll up
Hyena.
that's almost sorry, hyena that's almost all the way down the hill. But you guys are
It's
now
How
coming
been
far
up
away
next to.
is it from us?
It's
The one
you're
that
with it now because basically as you're going down, um, Varnoth yanks one of the hyenas and knocks it off its toboggan or
So he
sled or whatever,
stops.
and he stops, and that's right where you guys are. So you guys can either go flying past him, although Varnoth seems like he's taking the other one, and then or you guys can kind of stop and just try to either fight him or
Probably,
just control him.
but how far away are we from the other one?
The other ones are 60 feet further down,
60
so
feet.
you could
Okay.
catch up to where they are too.
Gabby just kind of gets her quarterstaff ready, like double-handed, like as they are like flying down the hill at it.
I need to just try to figure out how do you stop this thing.
Don't need
That's a
to
good
stop.
question.
Just gonna
So-
whack him as we go by.
Yeah.
Run him over.
You guys can all do that. If you want, you could just land at 600, but on the way past, you guys can each take a swing at
Yeah,
or
I think
cast
we
a spell at.
because I don't know how to stop it.
Okay. Otherwise, you're gonna have to. Yeah. Okay. So go ahead and I'll do that first. Actually, yeah. Go ahead and we'll see what Sean does with the other one. What Varnoth does. So Varnoth, go ahead and do your
Okay. Grapple with advantage.
with advantage. Yep. Nice.
17.
Oh, he got a 19, and he is able to just get out of get out of your grasp. This one's go ahead and
If he's going to run, do I get an opportunity attack?
yeah, that's what I'm gonna look and see what he can do. And then Gabby and Anishka, if you want to take your swings or whatever at the other one, that would be great. Let me see what they can do as far as getting away. I think they're kind of stuck if you got to them.
We're 60 feet away?
Yes.
No, you're next
Oh,
to the
you've
one.
arrived.
No,
You're
we're
going
60
by.
feet from the bottom.
Yeah, you're 60 feet from the bottom, but
Yeah.
you're swinging at the. Oh, yeah. So you could hold and just try to attack that guy if you wanted.
Gabby
Or
was like ready to swing at this other one, but she sees the one at the bottom kind of slip out of Varnoff's grip, and she yells out "Fet" and casts the grease spell on the hyena at the bottom.
okay, and you got a 60-foot range on that.
Yes.
Yeah, and 60 feet, I can do vicious mockery on that guy as well.
Okay, but so you guys are leaving one in the dust that you're not doing anything to, right? I mean, you're going past him and leaving the one up on the hill.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, let me see here, Grease. Or did
It's
you
a 10-foot 10-foot square centered on a point within range, so not including Varnoth, but whichever direction it would seem that thing would be running, it needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
You're griefing the message board?
So he got it. Did I do that twice? Whatever. A 20 and a 19.
Yeah, he makes it.
Okay. So he didn't get affected by that. But he is viciously mocked. Let me do it. Well, actually, let me do a wisdom save and make sure he failed that.
Did the mock land first, and does he end up with any disadvantage? Doesn't matter. He had it both ways.
Yeah.
I think the mock landed second.
So okay. So he's taken 4 hit points of damage.
And if he runs, I might have an opportunity attack.
And go ahead. Yeah. He's going to try to run. So go ahead and take your opportunity attack.
Okay. Varnoth jumps off the sled, takes his warhammer in both hands, and swings for the fences. 24.
And he
Almost a crit.
you just knock his head off and it goes flying away. Yeah, so the hyena at the bottom
sorry, Gabs.
the hyena at the bottom is
Hey, food for the wolf trap.
You guys look up and the one that was knocked off is trying to run away from you, sort of along the hill and then down. He can go faster than you on this snow. It's not as if it doesn't give him. It's not considered difficult terrain for him, but it is for you guys. But at this point, he's still 60 feet. I'll say he's still 60 feet away from all of you. What do you guys want to do?
Little help, ladies?
Guess I'll vicious mock him as well.
Okay.
I'm gonna hold on one second. I'm just gonna do grease again.
Okay. Um, he is viciously mocked for a point of damage. And then Grease, he's going to do a dex save.
Dex save.
Man, he critted. He got a 21. They rolled real well. Um, all right. I'll say he's able to get 30 feet further away from you because of the angle. But he seems like he's getting away, he's going to get away, and that there isn't, unless you guys have something that's a bit longer range, you're probably not going to be able to catch him.
Varnoth is running hard, but that's all he's got.
So
Yeah.
you quickly realize that he's probably going to get away. The good news is that you are further down the hill from him. So if you act quickly, you feel like you could beat him back. You beat him the that if you follow the trail that goes to the um,
Where he's
that
headed.
goes to the because he's got to go kind of now the long way around. He's kind of hiding from you, right? He's faster than snow, but he's got to kind of go around a bit. The snow fox has come down and tells you, and obviously you're gonna all feel a little bit rushed on this, or not. You can decide if you just want to let him go and just be like, oh well, he just gets there before us. Um, that There's a hot spring. There's a tent over it that somebody put a tent over it, and the smell of blood is strong in the area. And that's when a pack of hyenas spotted her and she fled. Um, but someone or something in the tent whistled, calling the hyenas back. Just these two had been continuing on and caught up with her at the top of the hill. And she's like, "These are not normal hyenas because normally hyenas wouldn't be able to use um, sleds."
Sleds.
But she says, "I'm not able to help you, but if you want, we can run and maybe beat the other hyena back and get to the spring. If you guys want to go out directly, I'll take you there."
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, can we take our sleds?
No.
Nope, sleds are really only for going down the hill. So,
Oh.
I mean, well, you could take it, but that's going to slow you down. They're not going to make it any faster for you to go because there's nothing pulling on them. Um, yeah. Um, So you head following Wisket, and as you crest the final hill, you see a large tent made of cured hides. It rests about 300 feet
Large
from,
tent. I want it.
uh, yeah, exactly. It rests about 300 feet from the edge of Redwaters. The slick, frozen trail leading from the tent to the lake makes it clear this must be the location of the hot spring Mother Tusk sent you to investigate. Outside the tent, frozen animal carcasses, picked clean of meat, litter the ground. Smoke wafts from two holes in the top of the tent. As you watch, two gnolls move from around the other side of the tent, dragging a struggling man dressed in furs. They shove him through the opening and take up positions flanking the entrance. If I can get to there,
So
we'll. Mhm.
where's our other hyena?
You do not see the other hyena. You believe you've
Okay.
beaten him there because of a more direct route,
Okay.
but you figure he potentially could be coming around the corner any moment to run in there and warn them.
And is it like nighttime?
Um, everything is everything is dim, right? So nothing is bright. It's all dim light,
Oh,
even
because of
during the
the
daytime.
right.
Yep. So that's why you can see a little bit. You guys are in the up here, um, and sorry, I'm just working on the stream, the recording. Um, okay. Can you guys see up in the upper? Can you guys see
Yeah.
some? Okay.
I'm up here.
So yeah, so that the darkness is the tent that you cannot see into. There's just that opening, and you can kind of see that there's a blue trail kind of thing that goes there, and that's looks like what at one time what would have been where the spring flowed down. and into the lake, and now it appears to be frozen.
So, I just go in and start beating on people. What do you girls? You guys are smart. What will we do?
Knowing that you're in a bit of a rush because you're trying to beat the knoll before the knoll gets in there and warns them. Or the hyena, sorry.
I feel like there's some bad magic going on here.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone has detect magic.
I think we need to do something fast.
Gabby attempts to scoot around behind the tent to get a look inside.
Okay.
Yeah. I need to go a little stealthily also kind of go forward.
And Varnoth is going to go to the front door and cause trouble.
Okay. So can Abby and Anishka give me stealth checks?
Gabby's going to use her inspiration.
Okay, and if also everybody wants to probably roll initiative, we should probably do that.
12
Okay.
for stealth.
Let me see what with advantage, obviously.
Yeah. 13 for initiative.
Oh, I'm on the wrong. That's what it is.
Hang on. I did my initiative without me selected.
Okay.
It came out almost the same. It's supposed to be.
That's fine. That's fine. All right, their passive is 10. So the Knoll guards don't seem to notice you. Anishka, you did stealth. You got it too. So you guys are able to sneak around there. Inside, wherever you wanted to get to. I don't know if you guys were going together or different places, but yeah.
I was trying to get around to the back.
Yeah. The tent's blocked all the way around. It looks like it's probably going to take a round for you to sort of get underneath it, if you will. It looks like it's kind of pretty well. You don't find any holes, but you either try to cut through and cut through it, or you could try to try to dig under it and peek under. In the meantime, you hear Varnoth approaching and the guards calling out and apparently telling Varnoth that halt.
Hey,
drop your
quit
weapon.
messing with the hot tub, guys. The customers are complaining. You gotta turn the bubbles back on.
All right. And Gabby, Christine, what'd you roll for initiative?
13.
Okay.
What's with the .01s on the initiative?
It's when I roll it, it's basically that's your modifier. So it's a tie break basically. So if you're if you're 10.02, then you've got a tie break. It gives a benefit to whoever is the higher. But yeah, I normally have that off because it just says it. But it's the new thing I'm doing has it built in, until I change the. Okay, so Knoll guard number 2 is going to. He's going to just stand there as you're coming this way. It looks like he's readying himself with his pike. He's got a very large pike, which looks pretty like he could beat on something, but he's not going to try to run up and get you because he figures you're coming here. He's got a post. Anishka, what are you doing? Are you muted, Nita? Why can't I hear? Can you guys hear Nina?
She's
I'm on mute. Yeah.
Oh, you are. Okay. Okay.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
No, it's
so
okay.
she was going around the tent, but she doesn't see any guards on this side of the tent.
There's no guards, but it also doesn't look like there's any entrance on this side of the tent.
Yeah. So she's gonna sneak back over towards where Varnoth is and stay out of sight from the guards.
That's how far she can move. Okay.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, she's 35.
You can
She,
dash.
she can go 70. So you can go as far as you want to. Gabby, what are you going to do?
Um, Varnoth's making a bunch of noise up front.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
I'm making a
She
nice,
takes
ruckus.
she takes that unbreakable arrow and tries to cut a hole through the tent.
All right. Let me see what it says about the tent. Go ahead and give me a just roll roll d20 or add your strength modifier to it.
3.
You go to poke it. It doesn't make a hole this first try.
Okay. She goes to skedaddle kind of around then. So she'll
Further
move.
around the other way.
Yeah.
Okay.
30
All
feet.
right.
So. Oops.
This knoll guard um, decides to step back to the entrance here, and also readying a position for Varnath. Varnath, you're up.
Okay. The 2 parts stupid, 1 part brave. Varnoth is rolling in and gonna try and kick some butt. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So, and he's gonna whack this guard.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a dexterity saving throw. As you hit the ice, you realize, or this trail, it's very icy, and you have a chance of falling.
Yeah.
And in fact, you get right there and you fall prone. And I will say that you fall prone and slide another 5 feet. Sorry, I'm not sure why. So I'm just going to move you like to here.
Yeah.
And
That's
you are
kind of the
prone.
direction I was moving.
So
All
you
right.
are prone. So you can see what's inside there. Although it looks like only one of the torches is lit. I'm not sure why. But also, oh, can you see both of them?
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird.
Well,
But you can, if you like, you can with disadvantage attack even though you're prone.
so
I mean, it doesn't do any. There's
Rage
no reason
on,
not to, kind of thing.
Rage
Rage.
on.
Yeah.
That's my last rage, and that'll negate the disadvantage, and I'll swing.
Wait, does rage give you advantage? No. You're
No,
thinking of. I know. I was the
I'm
same way.
yeah.
Rage gets you more damage.
Damage resistance
And damage resistance. But it
and a
does.
bonus.
What was the thing that barbarians get? That. Oh, sorry about that.
No,
Strength.
it's reckless. Reckless attack would give me
Yeah.
advantage. I don't have that. So just rage on, and I'll swing with disadvantage. I'm swinging one-handed because I got my shield up.
Okay.
16.
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
6 damage plus rage is not cooked into this, so my rage is, I think, 2.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's what it starts at.
Yeah, so 8.
Okay. He feels it. Also, as you go by him, he takes a shot at you.
I didn't lose, or he probably had it readied.
Yeah, he had it ready. That's why.
Okay.
Yeah, he had it ready. And so he, though he, when you got within 10 feet of him, he actually went at you. So he doesn't get the advantage he would get, because you at that time weren't yet, whatchamacallit. There it goes. So 9 is not going to hit.
No.
And that is his turn. So now we're at the top of the second round, and since you did not come within fighting range of guard number 2, and I don't know if you guys can see their numbering or not.
No.
I'll turn that on. Yeah, it wasn't that. So that one's 2. He's going to step up here. Um, It looks like as he steps up, you see that he's intentionally going at half speed, which you are guessing is
Oh.
going to keep him from doing it. But also, it appears that the area that you're actually in, this white area, is really the slick area. All the blue stuff isn't necessarily, it's just snow. But it's the white sort of
Mhm.
10-foot wide strain in there that is where you have to be more careful. But if you go half speed, looks like you can avoid it. But he's going to go ahead and attack with his pike. He will have advantage. Oh, and he crits. Even with that advantage, he
Oh.
critted. 16 damage.
So I can have that from range.
That's nice. That's nice because you're first level and you don't have 16 hit points.
That
Okay,
have killed Gabby outright.
And
like dead,
I'm
right?
doing,
Like
Yeah.
not even, yeah, like it wouldn't have, she wouldn't have, yeah, there's no recovery. Yeah.
so
Anyway,
yeah, I'm debating. I also have a stone's endurance. I can roll a d12 and reduce the damage by that.
you might because there's probably never going to be a bigger damage hit to you, right? I
Yeah,
mean, you're
I'm
always
going
going
to
to do
use
that.
that. So let me
You can do them
roll.
both, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah, you'll reach. Yep.
plus my con modifier, which is
Remember, all of you have something that you can take a break and get a
two.
get a potion of healing, or get a potion of healing.
So
Nice,
I
nice.
resist 11. So does that take it all the way to 0? Is it the post or
Oh,
pre-reg?
that's a good question. I think there's a whole thing about the order of things. Go ahead.
Yeah, when
And I'm
you
not sure if
take
Noel's still
damage
on.
and reduce damage by that total. Um,
There's a
as
whole
I
thing.
read that sentence,
Yeah.
it sounds like it's the total. So
Okay.
that would take, what did you, it was 16 against me?
Yeah. So that takes it down to 7. So you take 3.
3.
Yep. Still, that's the best. It's gonna. Yeah, it's probably the best. That's pretty
All right.
amazing, actually. Okay. Anishka, there's a battle going on. You hear?
There's something bad going on in there.
Sorry, shouldn't it be 2? 11 minus, or 16 minus 11 is 5. Half would be 2.
16 minus 9 is 7. Oh no, it's 11. I see 9. You're right. Thank you, Eric. It's 2 damage, not 3 damage, Sean.
Because it might matter. That's the only reason why I bring it up.
These
Yeah, at
first
this
little
point.
battles, that last hit
Every hit
point
point
matters.
Thank you, Eric. I do like having the rules official on the phone.
Just pop in.
We're checking with New York. Yeah,
I'm trying to resist ever checking, but I
it's
thought
all
that might
good.
be important. So
It's all good.
First things first, things sound gnarly. She's going to give some bardic inspiration to Gabby so she can see Gabby.
Okay. That's a D6.
I forgot.
Redneck.
Sorry. Yeah, D6.
Okay.
And then she wants to get a better look. Ooh. She's going to cast Minor Illusion to help disguise herself. So it looks like there's just snow, a pile of snow or something,
Okay.
so that she can stand here and they don't see her.
Okay. That should work. All right. So you're just there's a big snow pile there, like up against the side of the tent, but in fact it's blocking you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Gabby.
Gabby is sprinting this way, so that's 15, 30, 45. And then
I think you can sneak. You're smart enough. You can sneak by without actually taking extra Because you can get by between Nishka and the tent or whatever, so you should be able to get by without
Okay.
taking the extra 5 feet for going through somebody.
Yeah, I get to there, and sorry, I gotta blow it up. It's really now that I can actually see people. It's just
Yeah.
really hard to make out. So there's Varnoth is
Dead,
sorry.
dead.
It
It's
looks
so
like
like
I'm dead center in the entry.
okay.
That's
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, you're probably having a little trouble seeing him.
And I'm
It looks like
fighting.
they're fighting him, like he slid in and he's on the ground, and they're fighting him.
But that's I'm looking at two knolls. Sorry, it's really hard to tell what they are because it's
two knolls
Yeah.
from above in front
okay.
of here and here. And that's me here.
Do I know anything about their like gods or anything they would follow?
You want to do a religion check?
The dog father.
Okay.
Nice.
14, 17.
Um, I don't know what the god they're following, but you probably do know something of their religion.
She points at
They
the one.
they worship Yinohu, the demon god of
That's right.
yeah, of the Knolls.
Got it.
Okay.
Sorry.
They
She's
go to
gonna
Knowles.
point
They go to
them.
Knowles Church.
She points a finger at the one
Oh,
in
sorry.
front of. Wait to make sure I have this right. She points a finger at the one that's actually behind the farther one back, and casts message, and she
Okay.
whispers, um, like she whispers something kind of in Draconic, so it just sounds. She's just trying to freak it out because she's in its head.
Okay. Um, which one? The one with the green eye?
Yeah, or the one below it, the one farthest down on the map,
Okay.
number 2. She's just trying to freak him out.
All right. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give him a wisdom save, um, which was not successful, and so he's going to have disadvantage
Okay.
on his attacks for the next round. Does that seem fair? Because I mean,
Yeah.
much more than that, and it's like it's not. I don't want to give it as much as a full
Yeah.
leveled spell would do. So okay, cool. Um, Nolgard 1. Good thing about these guys, not the hyenas, is these guys don't have pack tactics. I was just checking on that. He is going to attack Warnoth. Um, actually, Varnoth, you can go ahead and go first. I just realized they ordered it because of the .01, but that's not. So
I
go
would
ahead
have
and.
0.02 on that system.
Yep. And besides that, I normally have the players always
All right.
win on ties. So he
So
already got one round ahead of you. So this one.
Varnoth will take half his movement and stand up.
Yep.
And he's going to swing on the guy he already hit.
Okay, which is the one on the top? Yep.
And he's swinging one-handed.
That's not going to hit, unfortunately.
Okay.
Because he doesn't have an advantage, right? Just right.
And Varnoth glances over his shoulder. What's behind him here?
Oh, that is
Something evil and
a much nastier looking knoll is standing on the edge of a hole encrusted with ice. It's clearly where the hot spring emerged from the ice before it was plugged and frozen.
okay.
She is using small shards of a hard, dark ice cold substance, you wouldn't know, but a hard, dark substance to pierce the skin of a man who you guys saw being brought in here earlier. So this guy in the yellow is laying there in excruciating pain. He's screaming at the pain she is piercing his skin with this these dark not crystals, but crystalline sort of substance or hard mineral substance.
Okay. Varnoth's going to stay where he's at.
Okay.
And he's yelling, watch out for the slippery white ice.
Okay. And otherwise, you see a couple of hyenas that I probably need to add into the mix. Okay, hold on for a second.
Trying to figure out what some of my spells do. They're all new.
Yeah, I'm up against a time limit here. I got to get my daughter over to her mom, so I can fudge it another 10 minutes, but got to figure that out. That's all right. My guy may not last much longer than that.
He really reduced the damage, though. That was very
He
fortunate.
only gets to do that once.
Okay.
John's on a time limit, so we have to move.
Okay.
I can give you about 10 more, and then I really should roll.
All right. Okay, so you're gonna stay put. No guard is going to. You're standing up, so he doesn't have advantage anymore. So he's gonna attack. Oh, but a 20 is gonna hit for 10 piercing damage. But
And
that's
I
half,
can
right?
cut that in half, so 5.
Yep. All right. The other
Varnoth
guard.
is got a cut.
Yep.
Ouch.
Oops, sorry, I went a little too far there. The other guard, before we go to Anishka's turn, the other guard's going to also attack. A 10 is not
That's a
going to hit, though.
miss.
And
Right.
that's a miss. And that's what they're going to keep doing. Anishka, it's your move. You're hidden behind fake snow.
Bardic Inspiration to Varnoth.
Okay.
It's a D6.
Cool.
And then I guess because I haven't figured out my spells completely, she's going to do Vicious Mockery on the knoll that's in her direct line of sight.
Okay. The closest one there. Yep.
Yeah. If I can pull up my character sheet.
Nice. Well, we'll see if it works.
Wisdom save.
Mhm.
It made its wisdom save. Bummer. All right. Gabby, if you want to move Anishka, you can. But
If I can what?
I was just telling Anishka that she could move if she wanted to, but
Oh.
she can also stay there. Gabby?
Gabby is getting upset as I'm attacking her big brother Varnoth, which is what she considers him now, and she's going to yell to leave him alone, and then she's going to intentionally run and just like slide, like belly slide on the ice with the intention of like her speed
Holding him over.
knocking that one prone.
Okay.
I don't know what I have to do for that. but-
Probably counts as a shove.
Yeah. And go ahead and do a shove with advantage against him.
What do I do for a shove?
It's a strength athletics
Yeah,
against
athletics.
whatever
Strength
he's
athletics. Yep.
Oh, okay. With advantage, it's a 3.
With advantage?
I slide on by them.
Yep.
Right under his legs.
So Gabby ends up like right here.
Gabs, welcome to the party.
All right. Varnoth.
Feels like this will be a mediocre death, but Varna's going to keep swinging. So he doesn't have hardly any more tricks left. Wait, did he end up with he's got an Oyster of Healing. Is that a bonus action or it's an action to use
It's
that?
an action in there, yeah.
Okay, he's going to keep swinging.
Yep. That may be one we have to think about. Going to
21 for
Nice.
9 damage.
He is
down.
Still standing.
Wow.
Have you only
This
hit
is
him
tougher
once
than I-
before? You've hit him.
Yeah.
You did 8 once, I know. Just scrolling up to see.
He swung 3 times. He missed once.
I missed. Yeah.
You missed once or hit once?
One hit, one miss, and now this is a second hit.
Okay, got it. Okay, got it. All right, yep. He's still standing. He's not looking good, but he's still standing. 9 you said, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. All right. He's going to try to attack. I think the second one's going to attack Gabby, but the first one's going to keep attacking you as you keep
This
hitting
thing
it.
that slid in. That's a miss.
All right, it's a miss. And we're going to go to round 3, and I'm going to add in hyena 1, hyena 2. Oof. All right, so hyena 2 is going to, as Goldra's is over there doing her thing on the. I also meant to mention, Sean, she has smoke coming up off of her, like a
Yeah.
black smoke coming up off of her. You can kind
Yeah.
of see it there, but she's doing bad stuff to the dude over there. All right, 2, 3. This, much to Gabby's, whatever, this hyena's gonna come over and is going to try to bite her.
Where is the hyena? The one up at the top?
No, the one isn't it next to you now. Do you not see it?
It's in like darkness. I can't see.
Okay. Sorry, I don't know why the light is so bad. I'm just
I
gonna
mean, I can see everything else clear. Like it's in black, like the dynamic lighting or whatever.
Yeah,
Like it's like it's behind.
it's looking really, and it must not be working just right because on mine, I know what I did, but I turned on the new.
Yeah. Let's
I may have
not
turned
worry
on
about the lighting if we can.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do.
There.
Can everybody see everything now?
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
All right.
Okay. Sorry, hyena attacks with a bite. Oof. Oh no, but it missed. 8 misses, I assume, right, Gabby?
Yes.
Okay. The Null Guard tries to attack Gabby.
Yikes.
Did that knock Gabby down? 9 piercing damage.
Yep. Get me
Oof.
down.
Gabby down.
Oh,
All right. Hyena 1.
hyena 2 or 1.
Yeah, this turns out. Tries to bite. Misses. Anishka, what would you like to do?
First of all, I can see Gabby, right? Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
Healing word.
Nice.
Nice. Go ahead and roll that.
Thank
Nice.
you.
7. That's awesome.
Ooh,
That was actually pretty good. Yeah.
that's about as good as that gets.
And then,
Actually, yes.
and then what do you want to? So healing word is a bonus action or action?
Bonus.
Is
bonus action.
it's a leveled spell, right? Yeah. So you can do a
Yeah.
cantrip, or you can run in and try to whack on him.
Oh, I can't do a spell.
Yeah, you can.
I will.
A cantrip you can.
You can do a cantrip.
I need one of my druid spells that gets the whole area.
Just go and stab something.
I guess I'll cantrip vicious mockery. This
Okay.
guy's got to go down eventually.
Okay.
Go for it.
He's got. And with these cutting words in his head, he goes down. He grabs his head and falls screaming.
Nice.
Ice, ice, baby.
Okay. Gabby, you are up next.
She looks up at the knoll in front of her that hit her as she wakes up, and she kind of takes a breath in and does her breath weapon right in his face. So he needs to make a dex save.
12, I assume, is not enough.
He just made it, so he's
Ah.
going to take 3 cold damage.
Okay. That's the first time you use hit, so just letting everybody know. Okay. Varnoth, you're up.
Varnoth feels that he's fighting a losing battle here, and so he wants to go out going up against the bad guy. So can he slide this way? I know this is slippery, so he's just going to slide and try and land against this guy and attack him.
Sounds good.
And there's probably some opportunity attacks that will have happened along that way. Those should go first, I think.
Does a 16 hit?
I have AC 16.
Okay. So it
that's
hits
a
for
yes.
and 3 damage, which is only 1.
Yeah. We're chipping away at my hit points.
And then a 19 is going to hit for 5 damage, which is only 2. So.
Varnoth is still on his feet with 4 hit points left, and he's going to swing on the bad guy. Sorry, selected the wrong thing here. Trying to scroll. 19 for 11 damage.
Ooh.
11 damage. That's not the crit.
Yep. All right. Nice. You've gotten her notice. All right. She's hurting.
Join the club.
Yeah. All right. Hyena 2. Sorry. There's one more. Sorry. Opportunity attack from the third one. So you actually take no damage from that.
Okay.
So that's nice. It's a 17, but you take no damage. Okay, so the hyena attacks Gabby. Gabby, are you prone?
Yes.
Yes.
You could have stood.
I could have, but I did not.
Oh, okay.
It's too bad because he failed. So 15 is going to hit, and for 6 piercing damage.
Okay.
Ouch.
It's not looking good for the team.
I can't cheat when. I was gonna say when you can see the rolls, but I guess you can't see all the rolls because I don't think you saw those rolls. 23 is gonna hit, and Gabby goes down.
Yikes!
I think you killed me.
I think actually I did kill her.
You did.
Yeah. So she is lying there unresuscitatable. All right. The hyena comes
running up behind me.
Running up behind you. The hyenas typically don't do as much. 17, it's going to hit again, but 1 piercing damage is going to be 0.
I like that.
Anishka, you see Gabby go down. You see,
no,
you think that there's
annoying little thing.
none of your magic's can bring her back.
Oh, she's mad. So she's gonna go. Oh, this is slippery though, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
She is not happy. She wants to.
Go ahead.
Only this white part is slippery.
Yep.
The white part in the middle. So you could take 2 more steps.
Mm-hmm. And even there, if you want to keep going, you just go at half speed, and you won't slip.
Do I want to attack the snow? They hit harder, don't they? She's gonna. Oh, she sees Varnoth. How many hit points do you have, Varnoth?
He was
4.
looking pretty poor.
You have 4?
Yeah.
Okay, so healing word. There. Stock him up.
Okay. Yeah,
Nice.
6 healing. That's good.
Puts me
It's
back above.
basically like healing him 12. So since he's
I used up all
Roach.
my spell slots for level 1. And then so cantrip, vicious mockery on the null.
Okay.
Nice. That'll give him disadvantage if it works.
Did
Does
he
he
have
even
disadvantage earlier? Remember I gave him disadvantage?
Um, why did you give
It
him
was a while.
disadvantage?
It was like 2 rounds ago. Like I got in his head and you said you'd have disadvantage on attack.
Okay. Oh yeah. I
Was it
think it
for
was
just one
previous.
round or not?
With that last one, he did roll a 23 with the second roll. So,
Oh, yikes.
but I think it was the previous. It would have been the previous round, which I don't
Yeah.
know if he did damage to you or not. Um, sorry, he's got a wisdom save, right?
Mhm.
15. I think he makes it. Okay. Um, no Gabby turn.
Gabby's no more. And Varnoth is going to go down swinging at this guy for all he's got.
Good.
So 16. Man, wish I could have
Yeah. Yeah.
reckless.
Yep.
Anyhow, 16 to hit, and that's a 6. 4 plus 2 damage.
Okay. Sorry, I did give her initiative. So, oh, perfect. Okay. Okay. So you said how much? Oh, 6 damage. I did 4. Yep.
Mhm.
All right. Goldra turns around and she takes out her short sword and she swings at you. 16 hit.
That's a hit, and I take half of that.
That's 3. She
So
swings
3.
at you a second time.
Oh, joy.
That one misses.
Yep.
And then she bites you.
Wow.
And that misses, right?
Yep.
Or does it hit?
That
13
miss.
misses?
Yeah.
Whew. All right. Okay. That was her turn. The hyena's going to come over here and attack Varnoth.
Yep.
21's going to hit for 1 damage.
Do I get to drop that to 0?
It's 2. Sorry, it's 2. I'm sorry. Yeah, you can't see it.
Thanks.
Sorry, it's
Okay.
2 piercing. So you take just 1. Yep.
Down to
Oh,
6.
okay. Nolgard is going to attack Anishka. He doesn't have to move because he's got 10-foot reach with his weapon.
Oh, I didn't know.
He would have moved up anyway and attacked. But 14. What's your AC?
I'm
13,
sure
I
that's gonna
think.
hit.
It's 13. Yeah, your AC is 13. So 11 piercing damage.
Uh-oh.
I'm done.
All right. Anishka is down, unconscious. All right. Actually, let me just check the number for a second. This is where it gets nasty, I think. Let me see. When the Knoll reduces a creature to 0 hit points with a melee attack on its turn, and the Knoll can take a bonus action to move up to half its speed and make a bite attack. Um, it has speed of, I don't think he's going to be able to get to you. So go ahead. Actually, I'm not sure who's up next. Speed of, so you got like a
There's a
15,
hyena that's next, and then me.
1, 2, 3. So he just goes there. Okay. Hyena 1. In a fierce battle of whatever. 11. It's gonna miss.
Miss.
All right. I forgot that they have advantage now, but Anishka is. You can go ahead and roll a
Death save.
death save. I think you can click on that on your character sheet, Nina, where it says death save on it. But
Kind of in the center.
we'll keep going. Varnoth, you're up.
Swinging till it doesn't work anymore.
Yep.
13.
14 is what you needed. Ouch.
Okay, it's a miss.
Okay. You're probably just staying there. Goldra. Where is she? First swing with the short sword. 15.
Miss.
What is your AC? 16?
16 with the
Nice.
shield. Swinging
14 is going to miss. Good thing it wasn't
Yes.
that crit. And then a bite. 17 is going to hit for 4 piercing, which you take as 2.
Okay, I got 4 hit points left.
Let's get down to the wire here.
Far enough.
The hyena. Bite. Misses. Even with advantage. Hyena. Oh no, so that's, yep, and then Nolgard 2 is going to come up to here and it's going to attack. Oh man. It's like there's just one too many. 22 is going to hit. 2 for, and so 4 down to 2. It's
2 hit points left.
It's not looking good for our heroes.
No.
Like the slowest TPK ever. The bite from the hyena, has advantage, so 14 doesn't hit, right? Or does?
Does not.
Does not. 16, right? Yeah. So hyena misses.
And I get
Anishka,
one
you
more
can
shot.
do the second
Death save.
death save if you want, Nina. And then Varnoth.
Varnoth drops his shield and swings two-handed at this guy.
At Goldra, the
Yeah.
bad guy. Okay, sweet. Sweet. Is that your first or second death save, Nina?
That's the first one I passed.
The
second
first
one.
the first one you failed. Okay. 14 is what
Is
you
not
need.
enough.
It
Oh,
does
is it? All right.
8 bludgeoning damage, and
Plus
Goldra
2.
goes +2. She goes down.
So Varnoth yells and tries to intimidate everyone else into running.
Sorry. The go ahead and roll an intimidation check.
I've slain your leader. I am in charge now. Intimidation coming up. 20.
Nice. Let me see. I was gonna have you only scare off the hyenas because I think the Nolgard feels like at this point he could take you. But let me see. Where's my Nolgard?
I'm bald and I'm 8 feet tall.
That's right. But you're also seriously on death's door.
And bleeding from a dozen wounds.
but you apparently have been knocked out, like nearly knocked down a couple of times, and he rolled a 3 on his wisdom check, so I'm gonna say that he, at least at this point, is up and running away, along with the hyenas, who don't stick around.
Okay, I'm gonna try and get a oyster of life into Anushka's mouth.
So I think on her, all you need to do, there's not really a play for that, but what you can do is just try to stabilize her using a medicine check. So go ahead and do a medicine check, and then Anishka, you can go ahead and do another.
Not very good at medicine. I think the oyster's a better idea. 11.
I think that's enough to stabilize her, actually.
I think you just need a 10.
Yeah, you only need a 10 on a medicine check. So you stabilize Anishka, sorry. All right, so
I'm I'm past my time limit. Can we do some kind of wrap up, or can we resume in
Yeah,
15
I
minutes?
was I was. Oh, I see. Actually, we can do a quick wrap up, which is that you're able to save the dude. He's not in good shape. He lives in a town nearby. Maybe I'll just do a wrap up email. You're able to go back. I forget if there's any treasure and stuff. Um, I think that even if you, in most of these, even if you die, if you get back to get everybody's body back to Mother Tusk, or even if you don't, like if it was a TPK, the um, the animals come and rescue you, and so I don't think you actually, in a sense, really die. So that's fine. So you're able to kind of Wisket gets more animals to come and help you get Anishka and
Well,
Gabby back.
but I can carry
Um,
Gabby's body
you're going to
back.
carry Gabby's body, I guess, and
Yeah,
She's
Anishka
small, but she's
stabilized.
like 120 pounds, just so you know.
that's not a problem.
Okay.
And Anishka would have taken actually it would have taken her a little bit of time to come back because uh,
Yeah.
she didn't have any hit points back. She just was stabilized. Over here in the corner, there was a body of another gnoll that was apparently killed with a lot of minor small cuts. Um, and you're able to go into the ice and pull out a body that's in the ice that was keeping the hot spring from flowing.
Nice.
And I believe there was something maybe magical there, but also, uh, and it's I will say that maybe because you guys were sort of rushed and all this, that maybe you weren't able to. Doesn't make sort of as a penalty for everybody sort of dying. Goldra had magical armor. It wasn't magical like +1. It was studded leather, but it's magical armor of smoldering, so it always looks like it's smoldering. But otherwise, it's outside of being magical for like not being eaten by an ooze. It doesn't actually provide you anything more than actual studded leather, except it
Okay.
has a cool smoky
Yeah.
effect.
Got to
All right,
run.
I'll let
I'll
you
be
go.
on email. Bye.
And
That was fun, guys.
okay,
Right.
Nina and Christina, if you guys want to stay on a little
Thank you
bit,
for
you can.
letting us live. Bye, Sean.
Bye.
Bye, Sean.
That was by the hair of his chinny chin chin. And had I think that Noel not rolled so poorly on the wisdom check, I think it might have been all he had to hit was one more time. So, and Sean would have had to hit him 2 or 3 times. So, anyway, um, we'll figure those things out. Sorry, I'd rushed through. I can just because you guys, I'll tell you what the conclusion is. Um, about 10 feet down in the spring um, rests the frozen corpse of a human still wearing cold weather gear. It's been ripped apart as if by a bear. He holds in his frozen grip a spear tipped with the same chatelaine that Goldro was using on Judd. Chatelaine is the glassy black stuff. Once the body was removed, you find more pieces of that substance on it and in it. So the creatures, I'll just say that the creatures came later and told you that they were able to climb down and pull that body out to get the flow of the thing running again. Um, the guy that was rescued, his name was Judd, um, and his name is Judd Dugan, and he is from Dugan's Hole, which seems a little odd. And he's not very nice to you guys, even though you saved his life, or not very nice to, yeah, I guess to Anishka and Varnoff. Um, and he just, as soon as he gets up and he's feeling better, he heads back towards Dugan's Hole and says sort of thanks in a very brusque way. Um,
I guess he's had a bad, rough time. So, yeah.
um, yeah, I mean, as a bard, you've heard about the towns up here that not all the towns are friendly to outsiders. So, there's a variety. You were told to sort of stick to going to the big town, um, Brendan Shar, whatever it's called, Brendan. But yeah, the other towns, I mean, some of them are more friendly than others, and some are less friendly than others. Um, so that's about it. I think that so you guys will go back. You're welcomed by Mother Tusk, and you are all able to level up. Um, and I think I'm not sure if there's anything specific around the fact that Gabby was dead as to whether or not an adventure league that means she's dead or that she can come back. I'm fine with her coming back, but maybe without she might not gain any gold this round or something like that. Um, any gold or downtime just to get her second level. So that's it. Do you guys have any questions about? Sorry, it was a rush at the end there.
You mentioned gold. What
Gold draw?
is there? Yeah, no, gold each round. Do you get a certain amount of gold?
Oh yeah. So that's right. I apologize, Nina. And Kevin can probably explain some of this as well. But it's basically Adventures League is a little different. So every time we're going to play one of these full sessions, you're going to level up, assuming you survive. So everyone you're going to level up until tier 2, which no, I think even in tier 2, I think maybe later they don't. But anyway, right now every one of these ones we're going to do, you're going to level up. When you level up, you're going to get 80 gold pieces. So all the things that you collect during it typically are just you basically say at the end of it you got to get gold pieces. Magic items you are able to keep. Technically, by Adventure League rules, everybody can keep one of them because the idea is you play in Adventure League here, then you go somewhere else. So everybody who plays technically can get it. But since we're playing in a group, we kind of all talked about really only getting 2 copies of any magic item, I should say, like permanent magic item, so that had you guys taken the leather armor, which I think, given that everybody died, I think it's reasonable to say, hey, you didn't get it. That that in a true Adventures League, everybody could then have smoldering armor, but in ours, what we decided was that no more than 1 or 2 people would get it, presumably like maybe 1 from each of the sessions. So I don't know. I don't think anybody from Friday's session they did this one. They got the leather armor, but I don't think anybody's wearing it because none of them wanted to wear it. And it really isn't better than what they were otherwise wearing. So,
And the clams don't go bad.
The clams do go bad. The clams go bad. The acorn does not. The scrolls do not. But the clams do. The Adventure League typically gives you an, inspiration at the start of each session, especially in your at least in the first tier. And then it also gives you a healing potion. And so I kind of reflavored that as she prayed with you, and so that gave you inspiration for the session, and then or one inspiration to use during the session, and then she gave you the clams, which is your potion. So the clams go away, but basically there will probably be something at the start of the next one that they'll do something at the start that gives you a potion for that session.
Okay.
Which you'll always need, but probably never as much as you needed them this time. This was a tough one. First level's tough, and this was a tough one for, especially this particular battle to go in with you know, just with the party makeup that it is. But you did pretty admirably well, and Varnoth definitely took a lot of damage. So
Yeah, you did.
So yeah,
Yeah.
I'll
And he only got hit once, and that was enough.
Yeah, those guys with the pikes are actually, those guys are tough. They only swing once, but if they hit, I will add in a little section to your bio, because actually I saw that Noel had done it where he put in kind of all the information from the session. I'm going to copy, and so I'm going to copy something similar to everybody's bio that sort of says what the name of this one was and all the kind of particulars, who you met, and basically the fact that afterwards you get downtime and gold, and level up. And we'll explain more about like how you can use downtime and things like that. It's not all that useful. Mostly it's just, hey, every time you level up, which is cool, and you get some gold. So, and generally the rule is you can buy anything that's a player's handbook. So we're not
even if we're not in a town.
Yeah, generally it's because then
in between sessions that you go to towns.
you go to a town or something.
Okay.
Yeah. Again, it's very portable. It's like that is done. Now we're playing ones that will be in the same area. I don't think that the next one will tie in with this at all. I don't think there's like Mother Tusk or anything. But once we do the next one, then I think the following 4, or the following 3, the next 4 are all going to be sort of somewhat linked. But even with those, you still assume in between each session that you are able to go to town and restock.
You should send out the AL sheets for people to fill out.
I will. So, Eric,
You guys,
Eric or Nolan?
well, I was just gonna say you guys actually got in 3 tests. We only did 2 on Friday night.
Yeah.
So we did 2 that you did, and 1 guys did the Reg Ed. We didn't do the Reg Ed.
Yeah, they did well with the Reg Ed one actually.
And you guys rolled well on the first one. We had some trouble there, so I think that might have slowed us down too a little bit. And you guys resolved the situation maybe just a little faster than we did. So, but the last one, the last one, your guys' approach was pretty awesome. I mean, compared to ours, it was the big chasing. We didn't have anything like that. We were able to take out the gnolls from distance.
Yeah, they had more. They could take
Or
it down at a
hyenas,
distance.
rather. Yeah.
Yeah, they took out the hyenas from a distance. But I enjoyed. I thought the chase scene was actually pretty
Oh,
fun.
it was awesome. Yeah, it was awesome.
And even though he got away, I just used it as a way to sort of spur you guys along versus sit and talk about how you wanted to approach it, because they were much more planny about like, okay, they actually brought the sleds with them, and I know you asked, but I felt like with you guys rushing, I got the impression you wanted to ride the sled, and I think it was Noel that like just took a sled with him, and then he basically tried to ride the sled in on the ice, and
Actually, tried to
basically,
ride a shield in.
oh no, you're right, he rode a shield. That's right. It wasn't a.
We sent the dead hyenas on the sleds.
That's right.
The
They brought the dead
distraction. Yeah.
hyenas and on the sled, slid them in, and then Noel tried to run in on his and throw a shield down and slide in, and that didn't go well. He rolled a
The battle
3.
was touchy for us, but yeah, I think we got down to 1 and actually we got down to 0, but it ended up being 1 and 3 hit points before it was all over. So
Yep.
yeah, it was pretty dicey.
You guys are a little better with taking out the gnolls a little quicker. Those gnoll guards, they're just.
Well, I
tough.
think we had a round of advantage on them. I think, or surprise that they didn't know we were.
That's right.
There, so they didn't get an extra attack that they took against you guys.
Yep. Those guys are kind of tough for the level you're at and stuff. I mean, and then Goldra, actually, Sean took care of Goldra more quickly. I mean, Goldra's tough because
she
gets
hurt
those
us
3
pretty
attacks.
bad.
She was the one. You guys were looking great, and then she came in and was doing some serious damage on you guys. But yeah, I mean, again, it highlights.
Took the floor away from her.
That's right. Oh yeah, that's right. And I mean, it just highlights, man. If you're a barbarian that rages, I mean, Sean must have taken 40, 50 hit points of damage or something. I mean, he took
plus that feature he has where he can get back 1d12, and he rolled pretty well.
Yep,
That,
and everybody, and with the healing, it's like it was pretty. Yeah, that was an amazing amount of damage he took. So.
I don't know. I thought Gabby's curling, like body curl through the ice, was good.
It was awesome. They just put her right in the middle of things. Unfortunately, it was going to be great, but I put her right in the middle of things, and then one hit to take her to 1 hit point or whatever, and then the next one. That's the problem at first level. You can die outright. Like it just isn't going to happen beyond maybe second level, but after that, it's really unlikely that you're going to take all of your hit points plus whatever your positive is in one swing. But well, I had fun. Hope you guys had fun. And
Yeah.
the audio recorded, the video was a little hit and miss on the thing, but I'll save it and put it on YouTube and send it to you guys if you guys want to watch anything.
One comment Kevin and I had watching it from the background is that we were seeing a lot of the maps as dark when you were doing dynamic lighting because we didn't have our characters in Roll20 we're guessing. So I don't know if there's a way you can show us your screen during that time or something like that when we're not in the session.
Actually, the way I'll do it is that I will give you guys for that session. I'll give you guys. You guys will basically be able to control the three characters. So that just being able to control them means you'll be able to see what they see. Okay. Yeah, the dynamic lighting, which is kind of nice to be able to do, but that came up a lot actually. But I'm not sure why, because
it's a little obnoxious in some spots because like where I'm sitting right now, like because that log's there, it like treats everything like this hyena and down as black. Like even though I'm standing right there in the doorway. It's like you can't see.
I just don't think it was working the way it was supposed to because there was some. I mentioned it. I only saw light from one of the fires, so that Christina may have been. We may be having a problem with this with me recording it. I think it might be affecting. We have 2 Zoom sessions we're recording, and we have 3 game sessions going, and I know so I'll continue to work on that and see. But that may have been it may have just been it not working the way it's supposed to. But, all right, I'll try to use the dynamic lighting sparingly, except when I think it really is. I mean, I think in this case, like the idea that you can't see what's in. The other thing I could do, Christina, too, is not use dynamic lighting, but use fog of war, so that I don't show it until you guys are in there. But it's just with all the other things going on, it's a lot. Frankly, it's a lot I'm trying to control. But yeah, because dynamic lighting is automatic, but we'll figure it out.
What's the schedule for next month?
Let me look it up. I guess we should, yeah, since everybody's on. Um, Anybody have a problem with the first weekend of March?
No, I should be fine.
Okay
I
with
don't
me.
think we do. Which I guess, does anybody have a preference for the last weekend of April or the first weekend of March, the 6th, 7th, or the
It's
one
just,
before?
I don't know, when's Easter this year? I don't know.
I doubt it's that early. We will have to think about Easter for the next one, though.
Easter's coming up in, I think mid-March maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure.
I thought Easter was April 4th.
April 4th this year. Okay, so if you're planning on doing
Yeah,
it around
it's
that
April
weekend,
4th.
that might be
Oh,
a little
that's a good point. For
problematic for
April,
me. I could probably do Friday later in the day maybe, but
on what, Easter?
no, that weekend, the Friday maybe in the evening, be open, but
So wait,
Sunday would be tough.
which Sunday are you talking about?
Easter Sunday or
Yeah, no, but
Palm
that's 2
Sunday,
months. That's 2 months away. That's 2 months away.
Okay.
Oh, and Palm Sunday's gonna be tough too.
maybe not as bad.
So I was thinking I would do it the weekend. Okay, so first of all, maybe I will do it yeah, maybe I'll do it 4 weeks from now because that's the 26th, 27th, 28th. And then that way we'll do it the 26th, 27th, 28th of March as well, rather than because the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th is also like that's my birthday. So yeah, so let's just plan on, we'll do, just keep it even. We'll do the next 4 weeks and then 4 weeks after that. So
Late in March might be difficult for me because I'm going to be visiting family, but I'll let you guys know.
the 26th, 27th, 28th?
Yeah.
Can we move it 1 week earlier that month if Noel's going to be
we
missing?
probably do it 1 week later. We do it 2 weeks later. I'll do it the weekend after. I probably just do it the week. If that's gonna be bad, then I'll probably do it just the weekend after. Well, look, that's a
If
little
we
ways
did
away.
it every
Yeah,
3
we'll just do
weeks.
next week. Let's
Right.
just figure out next month.
Next session, yeah.
Yeah, we'll figure out
Yeah.
next month and figure it
That's
out.
fine.
And
Perfect.
yeah, and I should figure out a place where I can post the schedule. But let me look it up real quick if you guys are interested in which day and who you're playing with. I think I told you guys the other day.
Yeah, I think you
You
said
did.
it was
Yeah.
Friday, but I don't remember for sure.
I was with Gabby and Varna? No,
All right,
I forget.
I'll look it up and send it out.
Okay.
I don't have it handy, but I'll look it up and send it out. Figure out a place where I can put it for the next. Maybe I'll add that to the splash screen so that it's just a little. We have a little actual schedule with the next few. Because I did it for the first three. I figured out who's playing on each night. All right, guys.
Sounds good. Well, thank you. You guys have a
Thanks,
good one.
everybody. Have a good one. Have a good
Thanks for
weekend.
letting us
Bye,
watch.
guys.
All right. Yep. See ya.
Good night.
Night.